Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Airstreamers, where you never know what stream will ride. We are officially in Star Wars week, and may the Force be with you. That didn't come out as naturally as I thought it would.
Yeah, I think you were
really
hesitating.
nervous.
You were hesitating on whether you wanted the Force to be with them or not.
Well, I was going to say...
may the Force be with you?
I was going to say, may the Force be with all of you, but that's not a thing.
That sounds like at church when they're like, and
also with you.
Jinx. It's probably not.
And I actually don't really know it.
My camera's all messed up from, and I didn't even adjust it from.
Wait, so Deb said we have a new theme song, a new version of a theme song. Did something else play than what we thought? Because that's not normal.
Wait, or for the podcast?
Wait, what just played? No, the theme song here played. The podcast is a new theme song.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, is that what Deb is referring to?
Maybe, which, by the way, we are behind on this week's podcast episode. Chris, I'm going to switch this new little highlight setting because it's just a little much. Twitch has like this new way you can view what's going on. Anyway,
wait, I want to just thank Sam and Watson and Wendy for 14 months subbed with us. So crazy. Thank you, Sam and Wendy. You both are really important to the community, and as is everyone.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Wendy. It's remarkable that when we first started this, we never even thought we'd go past, what was it? At the time, we were trying to get people that we knew on to watch us to have more than one viewer, which was the bot.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And now we're here. People are like actively resubscribing to our channel, which blows my mind. It blows my mind completely. Thank you genuinely from the bottom of our hearts. Deb, it is the exact same song. So unless our ear holes are different, I think that it was the same.
I don't know. Maybe we got an update to the song and we didn't even know it.
You never know. Thanks, Wendy. We love having you here. So welcome, folks. We are officially entered Star Wars week. And the reason why we picked this week in particular is because May the 4th is tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow is May the 4th. Side note, pause. Gaga released a new song today.
I didn't even get a chance. Today was crazy. We'll get into it.
Why is this like doing this? Is that streaming weird?
No, we're full bars.
May 3rd. The reason I'm saying is because May 3rd was tomorrow. It was when Gaga was going to announce or release the song. It's got a very 80s vibe. It's very Top Gun era, like original,
like 80s pop,
80s ballad, like power ballad. You know.
I will always listen to Gaga,
of course, and I do not like it. I'm going to be very clear about my quick hot take review. It is my ear holes have heard it only one singular time on my way to work, and I think after having heard
really
her,
need to introduce ear forests to this community.
I know,
and
I think we tried, but I don't know.
No, we can give homework on it, and
yeah,
we can give the synopsis for those who don't want to do the homework.
Yeah,
like what is it? The Cliff Notes or Cliff's Notes?
It's Cliff's Notes.
Okay.
Well, or really, they don't use that anymore. It's Spark Notes now.
Okay, well, but you used to pay for Cliff's Notes.
Yeah. I think if you want like the whole thing, you go to Spark Notes. I don't know. Where is this going?
Are we overblown, by the way? Because I'm just seeing that we're in the red on this sound, and I just want to make sure that we're not blasting everyone's ear holes when we're talking.
How is our volume, folks? Let us know, because I agree with Chris that we are very loud, according to our system. But I don't know. According to our system, we played one song, but we got another song, so you never know. Our sound is great. Okay, good.
Okay, great. I have no idea where I was going with that. What were we talking about?
I don't know. You deviated from my track, and I joined you, and now we're lost. Is this the prisoner?
We're really found, yeah.
The prisoner dilemma?
Gaga. Oh, ear forests. We need to introduce the concept of ear forests to the folks.
To the lore of the channel.
And we need, but not today, because we've got a full agenda tonight, but we will get to that at some point.
Okay, so look, we do have quite an agenda, which we normally don't have, but considering that we've labeled this Star Wars week, we do want to get to some particular moments of what we want to talk about. There is going to be a quiz that I'm excited
teacher
by.
mode is coming out.
No, this is game mode. It's not teacher mode.
Can we use
No,
Spark
not a quiz
Notes?
on what I'm telling you. It's a quiz on did you do your homework coming into this all.
Quiz. But
It's just for people to be able to.
Can they use clip? Is it open book? Is it
The way that the app works, according to what I tried and experimented with, you all will have upwards of 15 seconds to answer the question. Mobile users might be a little delayed or a little less than 15 seconds. And it's just going to be a question, 4 quick options, and that's it. And then that's what happens. I'm going to have to guide you all through allowing your name to be visible in the results of the quiz if you want it to be visible. So that, like, let's say you do, I don't know, get first place or whatever, and you want to just gloat that, oh my God, I got first place on this expert level quiz. Then that will allow.
Is it hard? Did you write it?
I found it online, and it said episodes 1 through 3.
Like every good teacher does, is just find material online
and modify. Yeah, that's what it is. Episodes 1 through 3, beginner quiz.
Which, full disclosure, that's also how coding works. Like, there's things that I just full on like look up, and I'm like, how do I want to do this? And then you look up and you copy and paste.
Yeah.
So
that's what I did. I copied and pasted and modified just like a little bit. There was one question that was weird. But the beginner quiz in my brain, that was way too beginner. Like, I know not everyone's as big a nerd as I am and all this, but I genuinely thought it was like, I don't know, it's like.
What is the name of the movie Star Wars?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, yeah, I think I could pass that one.
And so then I did expert, which is the one that we're going to do tonight. And even that one, in my opinion, some of the questions are kind of easy. I think if you took it, you get a 10 out of 10. I got a 10 out of 10 as well.
Oh, now there's pressure. Brittany Peanut's super excited about a trivia quiz. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lena, for the 300 bits. Super sweet of you. And also, I just don't want to cut you off, but I don't want to leave everyone hanging. Mozzie and Bell and Buttons asked how my tooth is, and it is fabulous. I think I'm at the point where, not to gross anyone out, but my stitches are probably going to come out soon, which I'm thankful for. They're just itchy at this point. I just want them out.
Just before we went on, Chris is like, I think my stitches are about to come out. And I'm just like,
so if I'm
now,
talking,
like birth,
yeah, if I'm talking and I just have a stitch just pop out of my mouth, then that's what it is.
A couple of people.
You know what I want to just also say, that the bigger part of suffering with this stupid implant is not the pain. I had no pain. I had no discomfort. I had emotional damage from not being able to have wine now for like 5 days.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. I don't know how it goes. Chris, I just, as we were talking, got an email from Radiolab.
Oh, that's so weird. Are you serious?
Radiolab is the Fear Forest story that we'll get to. Yes. Now, I just want to point out.
Yeah, dissolvable Sam.
At the moment in time right now, I would normally go on a soapbox scepter moment about the events in the world that are going on. I want to bring it up. I want to bring attention to it, but I do not want to dwell on it because I just feel like it's so bad.
I don't have the energy.
I don't have the energy. I'm absolutely exhausted about it. But I also don't want to go by and not having said anything.
Yeah,
because I feel like that's weird to do too.
That's good. I also can't process it not having a glass of wine tonight.
It's bad. But again, we are typically all here gathered to have a little bit of fun and like kind of step away from all that for a moment.
I agree.
And that's what I'm kind of choosing to do. Until maybe later when I just get on it and I'm just going to tear the place down. I don't know.
We all feel like Eloise right now with our face plant into Grogu.
Exactly. And so that's all that I'm going to say about that for right now. Just that it exists. It's the worst. I feel for everybody. I wish there was a magic wand I can wave to make it all go away. And you know what I wish? That I had the force to go up to the Senate and just say, you will not do that.
Just First of all, can we talk about are we getting into Star Wars yet? Because this is a very good segue.
Yes, but I had a different entry point, but go for it.
Yeah, I want to just talk first. Are we going sequentially, like 1, 2, 3? Because
I wanted to just set some ground rules before we go whole hog.
Okay.
So if you want to like go whole hog,
well, I wanted to just talk about the Senate, the one Senate scene that I think is very good.
But here's what I plan. Here's what I want to do. I'm gonna get a little teacher mode for just a sec. Just wait. Hear me out. Many folks are joining us tonight who are probably like, oh, geez, I have to suffer through this whole Star Wars conversation. And I feel for you. And I typically myself feel that as long as I'm somewhat aware of where the like dialogue and conversation is going, I can also follow and
find enjoyment from it.
Yeah, find enjoyment of the conversation. And also,
and you know what you can always do? Contribute, whether you know it or not. Because you know what? I did my homework a lot in school, so I'm not going to give that example. But like, if you kind of just wing something, like at work, and sometimes your best ideas, your best contribution comes when you totally just wing something, and you don't have to have watched the movie. If you hear something and you're like, I like that, you're like, I like it too.
You know that aside from the Scarlet Letter, that is how I got through every single book report that I had to write.
I think I
winged it completely, which is weird because I'm a reader now. Like I love reading.
In 5th grade, it was for me the Blue Dolphin or the Island of the Blue Dolphin or something. Oh, that was trash. Yeah. I hated it. And I just totally skimmed it and started reading and then didn't read anything and probably picked up a couple of words here and there. And we had a quiz, and the teacher, when I submitted that quiz, must have thought I was on drugs. Because I just made up total nonsense from whatever words my eyes caught as I was flicking through the pages. And she's probably like, what is this kid on?
Knowing that you graduated valedictorian in both of your
that was 5th grade, so that was
it doesn't matter. I highly doubt that a teacher existed that you had that thought, what drugs is this kid on?
No, I feel like there was a turning point for me. Like I was in like that advanced math in like 5 and 6 or whatever, and then after that, like I think I became serious in school in like 8th grade. And then high school, but like 5th grade, I mean, I don't know what did I learn? Nothing.
Wait, so the Doggyback said no ground rules, go whole hog. Basically, but the only thing I want to say is this. Tonight's focus specifically is episodes 1, 2, and 3. However, there's no way to talk about 1, 2, and 3 without talking about 4, 5, and 6. You don't really have to talk about 7, 8, 9 much to talk about 1, 2, and 3. Now, all that I want to do is just give a basic idea of what this story is about so that you all who are not fellow Star Wars nerds like myself can have some semblance of an idea of what is going on. That's all that I want to do, and then we can go whole hog.
Okay, before we do that, let's just welcome Tanjiro
Kamito. Hello, welcome.
Welcome. And they're the first person to have that little box thing that we got enabled on Twitch that says...
Yeah, that's been. All it's doing is outlining it.
The outline is nice, though.
It is very nice.
It's very nice.
Jensen, when my work has meetings with the Star Wars team and trivia, I complain when you have a Star Wars team. I'm here because I want to. It's all about choice. Yes. So, Sam, yes, I hope everyone knows a little bit about it. But I hope that people... end up like knowing a little bit more with what I'm about to say. So, in the world of Star Wars, there is episodes 4, 5, and 6 came out. They started. Why am I doing? Oh wait, 4. That is the trilogy that started it all. And then.
Thank you, Deb. Oh, Deb swooped in on that one. She's like, not in my place. It was the whole I'm the alpha of the house. I didn't see
what happened.
And Deb is like, nope.
That's too funny.
Thank you, Deb.
Episode 4, 5, and 6 throws you right into it. Episode 4 is, for the most part, a standalone story. You doesn't need to continue, but it does. As you all know, by the way, spoiler alerts abound all week. So if you want to go into these movies watching them, Just keep us on mute and watch. Don't listen. So Darth Vader is the villain. He is Luke's father. Luke is a young boy who lives in a moisture farm, which I always thought was so stupid. Moisture farm.
Well, it kind of does make sense, though, because they're on a desert planet. Yeah. And then, honestly, if you... oh, no, that wasn't Dune. When they had the little acorn things that they cracked open and drank from, the Sand People, but that was actually Star Wars 2 on Tatooine.
So... The stories of 4, 5, and 6 deal with the back and forth.
Thanks, Tanjiro.
Thank you. Deal with the back and forth between the good and the bad of Luke representing the good, Darth Vader representing the bad. Luke has a sister, Leia. Spoiler alert. And she's like a part of this all. Anyway, all that to say that what I think as a child I loved was this adventure element. It just went. It just literal stars, like space wars that I thought were really cool. The effects were legendary. It was 1977 that this movie came out. Legendary effects for the time. The lightsabers were the coolest thing at the time. When I'm going to just fast forward because I'm going to tell you all this about this on Friday. But when I was 16 or 17 or whatever it was in 1999 and episode 1 came out, which was now a huge break from like 1983 to 1999.
I remember like being so excited when it came out.
Losing my mind excited. I need you all to know that one of my favorite activities to do as a kid was watch 4, 5, and 6. Just pick one and watch with my brother over and over and over. Every other night we would watch it and just find new things and talk about it. And
what year did it come out?
Whatever it was. 1999. Episode 1.
What year or what? Oh, okay. So I think I read the books came out after the movie, you said, right? Because I read the books.
Because they wouldn't have spoiled it.
Yeah.
So episode 1 came out. Huge thing. Launch, millions of dollars were made in the movie theaters. It was like a huge event.
Not enough, apparently, because LucasArts only sold for $4 billion, and you have Twitter over here, cash cow for stupid tweets.
I can't. So I remember going to watch that, losing my mind, thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And so today's focused on 1, 2, and 3, but the brilliant part for me, here's where I'm going to give a general big picture thing. George Lucas, who is not the greatest writer of like dialogue, he's like terrible at it notoriously. He knows how to tell a story.
Big picture kind of person.
And
I feel like he's a good world builder. Like those are the two things that he... Okay, so obviously cinematography, he's like a pioneer in for a lot of methods. He is a world builder, and he tells a great overall story. The conversation part of it, nobody wants to talk to George Lucas probably because it's just deadpan the whole time. It's like you're talking to a wall.
Right.
And meanwhile, he's thinking how he can progress your relationship further in his head because he wants the long-term friendship where you're sitting on a porch in your 70s, sipping tea together and reminiscing about all of your prior life experiences. But the getting there, those conversations of getting there are miserable.
Miserable, yeah. And he, in episode 1, 2, and 3, really did a terrible job with the writing, the dialogue. Some of the most notoriously bad and cheesy lines come from episodes 1, 2, and 3. But what's really brilliant is the transition of seeing this young little boy who was basically given a virgin birth. We don't really know much about that. And he grows up through those 3 episodes. And we witness the moment where he goes from young boy, angsty teen, to finally the point where he literally becomes Darth Vader with like the helmet on, breath comes out. And that journey of those episode 1, 2, and 3 really is a great journey to take with many a bump along the way. So the end result for me is phenomenal, but the getting there is a little bit rough. And then that storyline continues through to 4, 5, and 6. But remember, now you're kind of jumping back like 25 years of technology. So things are kind of a little bit visually different. They're not as good. But I think with 1, 2, and 3, he did a really good job getting us there.
I think what's really interesting is if you look at... So prior to this, I don't know of any movie that started in a series labeling it episode 4 as the first release. And yes. I don't know if there is, but it's definitely not commonplace.
I don't think so. I feel like I want to say that I don't think that's happened. I will say the subtitle of A New Hope, that came later. That was not...
What was it? Just Star Wars?
Just Star Wars. And then when you watch the text crawl, which was a new thing, it said episode 4... and whatever else it said.
Jumping into episode 4 as the first theatrical release is sort of brilliant because it's, and we're not going to talk about 4, 5, and 6 today because I think that's Friday, right? But jumping into that where it's action-packed, it establishes the world, there's very well-developed conflict in it. And then if you kind of step back and say, then he revisited the lead up to that in 1, 2, and 3, which apparently he had this vision from the beginning.
He had it planned out, yeah.
1, 2, and 3 is one especially is pretty slow to start.
Yeah.
It's because it's a lot of politics and trade wars and this and that, and less on the action side of things. If he had started with episode 1 in the release, in the sequence, I think everybody would be like, what is this guy talking about? What is he doing?
I agree.
Because there's no real hook.
And truth be told, though, the technology at the time in 77 did not really allow for what that vision was that he had to come out.
Yeah, I think that's what he said, but I feel like he navigated it expertly or he took advantage of that situation where he was like, okay, well, maybe I want to focus more on the visual aspect of things and less on the battling and the chaos and that kind of stuff. And that led to a weaker story or a slower story, but more of conceptual problems.
Yeah, and I think that with 4, 5, and 6, you really, and I know this is a 1, 2, and 3 convo, but you're really bringing it down to be a story about a father, his kids, and a friend, which is Darth Vader and the
then
two
good
kids,
versus evil.
And then of course, yes, the big picture is good. What I'm saying is the plot points wise, it's a pretty simple story to tell. With 1, 2, and 3, though, they are, I don't know if I want to say unintentionally complicated, but there's a lot of moving parts. And I have a note that I took when we were watching that Chris brought up. Before I get there, I want to just mention a couple of things that people said. Crymar said, from what I understand, George Lucas sold the story to Disney at a discount because he never wanted anyone to make a movie in a way he didn't like. So he did it to protect it. He's saying, I'll give it to you as long as you honor my brand.
Well, I feel like they dropped the ball on that one, but
but that's
he's
for Saturday.
Credited in all of the Disney stuff. Also, Adventurist has been with us for 8 months. Thank you for the sub, Adventurist, and welcome tonight.
Thank you, Adventurous, for being here. Thanks for the resub. There's also another comment that Sia's daughter said, still remember how I felt the first time Luke wielded his father's lightsaber in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Oh, so good. Young boy to hello, Mr. Sexy Pants, said Mara. That's for
Hayden?
Anakin. Yeah. Well,
I agree.
Not Hayden. Hayden is not the little boy.
Anakin, I said.
You said Hayden Christensen.
Oh, yeah, Hayden. Well, I think he is sexy.
Chris, the little boy is not Hayden.
Yeah,
Episode 1 is from little boy to hello, Mr. Sexy Pants.
I'm focusing on Mr. Sexy Man.
Got it. In episode 3, Body Adi. Oh my God, when he stands up out of the bed and goes to wherever to put his robe on, there's a glimmer of light that reflects his washboard abs, and holy moly.
I just don't like the hair. That's my only problem.
He quit singing to be in Lord of the Rings, just as Chris. What were we talking about?
Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole thing that happened. Yeah, we'll just move on. Anyone else notice the live camera having issues? Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I think it's your cable is probably loose.
It's not. I've done that, and it doesn't do anything.
We need to get a new cable for it or something.
So let me read what I wrote. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is the destruction and creation of Darth Vader. I cried and battled the first time I saw Revenge of the Sith. Oh my God, Revenge of the Sith is so good. So good. But leading into episodes 1, 2, and 3, there is an obnoxious amount of government, political, socio-political stuff going on.
It's almost like an episode of West Wing or something.
Yeah, and I've watched this a bajillion times, and I did not remember ever getting it. It never clicked for me, like what is in fact the driving force behind all of what's happening. And as we were watching a week ago or whenever we were watching it, I paused and I'm like, Chris, can you just explain to me what's going on with like the lead up? Literally half an hour into episode 1, because the little text scroll talks about trade route stuff, tax stuff, and Senate stuff and all sorts of stuff. So I wrote down, this was a week ago. This is what Chris said. The shipping company, imagine there's a shipping company. They block shipments to California. And then the president of the United States, instead of Congress, sends the CIA to investigate what's going on while the Senate is off just debating why the shipping company is blocking shipments to California. Chris said at this point...
Probably be FBI, though. FBI is internal, and CIA is international.
Okay, so I'll switch that. And then the other thing Chris said was he elected the name of Herbert Hoover as president. I don't know why. And that is the equivalent of the Supreme Chancellor in episode 1. And then Trump is vice president.
To Herbert Hoover.
And Palpatine's, yes, to Herbert Hoover, which is, yes, exactly, of Naboo. So that is the like landscape that we're working in where...
So basically, you have a democracy that then is dealing with some trade issue where they're blocking stuff going to certain parts of the country. And then the government steps in and says, we have to stop that blockade. And then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you have Trump in the background, like planning everything and like using Herbert Hoover as a pawn and all of the Senate as pawns.
Right.
I mean, I'm not giving Trump this much credit because he's not.
Oh, no.
He's dumb as a box of rocks. But if he were smart, he's definitely got the conniving side of Palpatine. But he doesn't have the smarts, I think.
And ultimately, what I think is not a spoiler, like if you watched 4, 5, and 6, and then you watch even 1, you'll piece together what's happening. But this Supreme Chancellor person who we're saying is Herbert Hoover, the Trump person, right? He is in fact the evil emperor that's at the end of 4, 5, and 6.
Which I think that is really what's genius, is like that, seeing that progression of like, how did we actually get to an emperor? And I mean, this is not lost on me that this is the world that we're living in today and people fighting for power and everything. I feel like this is a very common story throughout human history that's now like realized in Star Wars, but in a sci-fi setting. And that's what I love about it so much.
Yeah, and I think the best sci-fi is the science fiction that is
relatable,
close to not being fiction.
Yeah,
that's
totally
the coolest thing. And so Trump, well, yes, Heidi, the person we're saying as Trump that we're referring to, and I feel like we're giving Trump too much credit because he is not this figurehead. He's like a fake figurehead. But the main villain of 4, 5, and 6 is what we all know and knew at the time as Emperor Palpatine. And he is the person
Senator Palpatine.
In 4, 5, and 6, he's is the Emperor.
Oh.
Heidi's talking about 4, 5, and 6. So in 4, 5, and 6, he's Emperor Palpatine because he's the leader of the empire that he's created. And
I think he's just referred to as the Emperor in 4, 5, and 6.
100%.
They refer to him specifically as Palpatine?
He is Emperor. Yeah. I knew that name way before episode 1. I knew that growing up. I knew him as that was the guy, Emperor Palpatine. For sure. This is not like I'm mixing things up.
Yeah.
Episode 4, 5, and 6 included Emperor Palpatine, who is the main bad guy of 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, and 3 not only shows the creation of Darth Vader along the way, but it also shows how easily someone can completely manipulate a democracy and twist it for their gain and turn it into a freaking dictatorship.
Or an empire. Yeah.
Can you even? It's literally what we're going through right now. And that's why I think episodes 1, 2, and 3 are so brilliant for how they do that. Episode 1 has him be like this sort of relatable person, who Trump never was. Relatable person who's like on the side of all the common people. Episode 2, he's like a little bit in danger. Oh my God, what do we do? Episode 3, by this point, he's very much aware of what's going on, and twisting everything around. And then by the end of episode 3,
he's like, what he's really doing is he's creating. This is the crux of his agenda, the Empire's agenda.
Yes.
This is distinct and not a subset of the gay agenda that we both get. And what his goal is he creates problems. And then he draws more power from each of those problems. And that's exactly what has happened time and time again for people to get power.
Yeah.
Because if you think it was like, build a wall, it's creating a problem that didn't need to be solved.
Yep.
And it got him the presidency. Like, people voted on that.
Yep.
And then it was like, we have this problem, we have that problem. And it's like, you just continue to chip away at freedoms or whatever. And it becomes then he has amassed all of this power and everybody steps back and is like, how did that happen?
Exactly.
And that's exactly
how did that happen? And episodes 1, 2, and 3 show the steps along the way of how did that happen. And one of I'm going to just say my favorite part, the concept, not necessarily favorite scene, but like my favorite concept. The emperor, the chancellor person, right? He who shall not be named. He worked with people, I guess, to reach out to this group of people to build a clone army, which is essentially literally clone one person and use a bunch of technologies that they've used to rapidly grow those people into like adults who are capable of fighting at a much quicker rate than normal. So what they say, like it was 10 years for this like 1 million person army to be grown or whatever.
Yeah.
And what's bonkers, again, huge spoiler here for one of my absolute favorite scenes in, I would probably say, all of Star Wars. I know that's being hyperbolic, but perhaps. While these clones, who kind of look like stormtroopers, while these clones are fighting for the good guys, the Senator Palpatine he finally reveals himself as the bad guy. Okay? But he's now the one in charge of all of these clones. He's the one who really put this all together. And then he says, execute Order 66 to like the leaders of all the clone armies. And we find out later in like extra content that there's a chip inside of all these clones that was put there for this purpose, that they can be controlled. And so they all the clones just flip a switch and immediately start killing all of the good guys because now they are part of the bad guys. And that's where all the Jedi died.
Now, what I would say is the Jedi you could kind of think of as like the police or the National Reserve or somebody like that. They're not going to go out and fight wars. They're going to keep peace within the country and like make sure that law and order exist, I guess, in some way. They're not the ones who are going to battle like an international threat.
Right.
The Jedi. Now, when what 1, 2, and 3 sort of sets up is that now there's never been really an external threat to the Republic.
The Navy SEALs Bernie Peanut said, and I agree with that.
Because in terms of skill set, definitely like Navy SEAL. But in 1, 2, and 3, there was never really or a threat to the Republic. And so they didn't have an army established. They just had all of these peacekeepers who kind of kept everything cordial within the Republic. So if you imagine it's like, okay, the United States doesn't have any external threats. We don't have an army. All we have are these police officers who are keeping calm within the country.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, in 1, 2, where they establish that there's these separatists and people who are trying to split out from the Republic. Now all of a sudden there's an international war where, like an external threat to the Republic. And that leads them to set up this clone army that then...
It led them to set up an army. It happened to be the technology of the clone army, which is beneficial for them because they got 1 billion people so quickly. But they were looking to just have an army prepared for the purposes of what you're about to say. I think.
And then who runs the army but like Senator Palpatine, or Chancellor Palpatine, who has commissioned this army and at the same time put a chip in the army so that he can defeat the peacekeepers, the police, so that he's in control of all of the force. So now he's got all the power, all of the force, all of the muscle, and the people are kind of left helpless.
And so when Order 66 happens, which is that big dramatic moment, truly dramatic. I mean, I chills even thinking about it. All of the Jedi that we've seen up until this point, all of the peacekeepers, all of those people that we said are these wonderful, wonderful people who think they're working with their peers. They're all running into this war. They're all doing this thing. They completely just turn on them and they're murdered and killed and annihilated and destroyed.
Yeah, I feel like what Brittany Peanut said makes sense. They're Navy SEALs in that sense then when they get to the actual war. Before they're kind of the police where they're keeping everything in order. But I like what Brittany Peanut's saying where they're Navy SEALs because at that point they kind of become generals and leaders within the army and they're fighting the war against the separatists, which Paul said, the drone or the robot army.
Yeah, the robot army.
So the robot army is against the clone army.
Yeah, the robot army is, we talked about who was it? You said the shipping company blocks ships California and then the president of the United. So then wait, so who are the separatists then? How would you include the separatists into what you're saying here? In your little description.
Who are the separatists?
Yeah, how would you include the separatists into US history?
The people who would be blocking the...
So the shipping company that's blocking the shipments to California that you're saying.
Yeah.
The people who are blocking the shipments.
Yeah. And then they're blocking that because they want to break apart from the United States.
Right.
Which is like a separatist.
Yeah. So the separatists have this droid army. And they're you could literally sneeze on them and they'll fall over. Cheddar, what are you doing?
He's stuck.
And so yes, that was technically the army that the clones were fighting up until a certain point, but then that all sort of just went away when Execute Order 66 happened.
There was something else I wanted to comment on.
Steve is going to be here. Steve is just getting in his car and going to listen while driving. Charlie Boy said, I may have missed that, but are the clones based on one trooper in the sense that it's an actual clone? Yes, the answer is...
How did we get to shipping containers in California?
The answer is that there is, and again, spoiler alert, and I could live and breathe this. Like in Greece, this is such a terrible saying in Greece, but when you have passion for something, and if you cut, if you cut your finger, blood comes out. Obviously, did you know that?
Yeah.
In Greece, when you're very passionate about something, and let's say I cut my finger, which I did here, it would bleed Star Wars.
Yeah, I think that's no, but that's not just a Greek saying.
Yeah, but you know how Greeks are with drama.
I bleed.
Think about my cousins. They'll be literally cutting, pretend cutting themselves. Just cut me right here so we can whatever. They're dramatic. Anyway.
Oh my God.
I love Star Wars, and what I'm saying is that
you bleed Star Wars.
I bleed Star Wars. Jango Fett is the clone, or OG. He's not a clone. He's a person, and he, I guess, possessed enough mercenary skills that he got selected as the zero clone person, and so he is the one who all the clones are modeled after, and he specifically asked,
Raisin, did you stink it up down there?
"Did someone fart?"
Yeah, cheddar or
Raisin.
Jeez Louise, that's a stinker.
Oh, my eyes are tearing. Oh, which actually kind of leads into our separate conversation.
That's a poodoo or whatever it is. Banta poodoo. Jeez, Raisin, what are you eating? Oh, he's proud of himself. He's upside down.
So Jango Fett, he says, I will be this clone leader person. Like, I will give you all of my DNA. That's totally cool. As long as you give me one clone, like one baby clone, that you don't alter. And by alter, I mean like no inhibitor chip, no growth hormones or anything. Just give me that baby. Do you know who that baby is? Excuse me? Do you know who that baby is?
Yeah.
First person gets a little clap sound. Who types it in? Who is Jango Fett's clone baby? Yes, he is the OG.
Steve, don't answer because you're driving. We know that you know it.
I remember Boba and Master Jen. Yeah, Deb.
And
good
Deb.
job.
And Brittany.
Yeah, good job. I remember people being upset that Finn was black, that they phased out the clones by then. Yes, big time. Which is a big, when we talk about 789, I have a lot of thoughts on this little thing you just said. Yes, Boba Fett, an unaltered clone of Jango Fett, is Boba Fett. And Boba Fett does a million remarkable things that make him an interesting character. I don't know that he was always, like, I think he's an interesting character because of the way he looks and the technology that he has with the little rocket pack and stuff. But I honestly think, I want to say that the fans made him a bit more of an entity than he actually was. And then they kind of retrofitted him back into the story with 1, 2, and 3.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fast forward past, where we are now.
Service, I'm never mad at fan service.
Yeah, it depends on how it's done. If you remember,
as long as it's not like gratuitous.
If you remember us watching Harry Potter in the theater, that whole thing, that story was gratuitous fan fiction to me. It wasn't interesting. Mm-hmm. It was fine, but it wasn't interesting.
Look,
so anyway, he's Boba Fett. Yeah, Paul, that's what I'm saying. For as beloved as he is, Boba Fett was on screen so briefly. And that's in episode 6, he was in it the most. And then he ends up having this death that was pretty shocking because he was sucked into the pit of a giant flower monster where he was just going to be digested for the rest of his life. Like, that was
you know what death. I never okay, so it's like it says that you're painfully digested for 1,000 years is the line.
So then what I'm hearing there is you live 1,000
longer
years.
That's what I always thought. I was like, well, you're pain, but you live longer. And really, is that any much different than the state of the world right now?
I don't know.
We just don't get the benefit of longer living.
So Boba Fett show is now the results. It actually starts, episode 1 of Boba Fett show is him coming out of that plant monster. Like, he did survive, and there's like a specific thing that goes down with that.
But
oh, Brittany Peanut, don't even get me started. Disney Plus has an animated series that explores the clones. It's called Clone Wars, folks.
It
is
so good,
so freaking good.
It's not even animated. I mean, like, you hear animated and you think that it's like a childhood, like a kid show.
Like a kid show, yeah.
But it's really not. It's very, very well done. And I feel like as it goes on, it becomes more and more mature.
Yeah, it kind of does that thing, which, speaking of that, I want to actually mention something about Star Wars in general. Star Wars 4, episode 4, 1977, it captured a generation, right? The whole world was in unison that this is something to watch. We all love it. People of all walks of life, people who never would have watched a sci-fi show, watched it and loved it and loved it and loved it. then enough time had passed where these people and these folks have all kind of grown up. So they became sort of parents, or they stepped away from the world of like kids stuff. And I think one of the complaints that people have of episode 1, including myself, is that it's a little too childish, right? With a bunch of things. And we'll talk about them in a bit. I imagine, as George Lucas, that you are now in this position of trying to have to entertain or not because it hasn't happened yet, but get a new set of kids to enjoy Star Wars. How do you do that? How do you get the parents to go watch it?
I think that's a really interesting point.
And how do you get the kids to remain interested?
I like never
the parents
thought of
think
that.
of it. The parents know Star Wars. They loved it. They want to be there. But then how do you get the kids to stay sitting for the 2 hours?
Even like you said, I mean, like their entry point might be 1. And then when they like it,
many of my students have 1.
I'm saying like even kids who were young when we were teenagers when it came out, but kids who were young at that point in like 99 who are like 5 or 6, I never thought that's their entry point and that they're probably watching from there and going forward. And not that needs to be an accessible entry point for them.
Exactly. And that's why when I say the whole spoilers thing about Darth Vader and Luke, and we're all kind of like joking and, oh my God, he's his father. That moment in episode 5 leading up to that shocked the world. Everyone lost their minds that this was this critical of a story arc, that this good guy is literally fighting his father, who is considered the most evil, and Luke is the most good, right? That's where the balance of that comes from. Watching it from episode 1, you know that already. That scene no longer is going to matter for you. It's almost going to be like, yeah, like we know. So I think that George Lucas had a difficult task on his hand. He needed to make money. He needed people to enjoy it, which is why I think episode 1 tends to lean more towards the child side. He didn't
need to make money.
No, I'm sorry. He needed it to make money, because if it didn't make money, they wouldn't have supported the future sequels.
But wasn't it through LucasArts? Like that was his company.
Yeah, but still, if no one went to watch episode 1, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to build episodes 2 and 3. Those were not locked in. Yeah. Like right now, we're dealing with James Cameron, who's concurrently filming,
I'm just saying,
4 Avatars.
By that point he was like a billionaire. So he probably would have funded 2 and 3 out of his own pocket if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I think he just loves it so much.
I think he loves it so much too. Yeah. So The Bad Batch is another great show. We didn't finish watching that one. We started it. There's another thing I want to say. The next Disney Plus series is the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, released this month. Yes, May 27th. I'm pumped for the Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor is that Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
And Mare said, why does he not age? And I agree.
He does not age. He does not age. He is one of the shining lights of episode 1, 2, and 3. Totally. Yeah. Now, I would like to go over a couple of things that are specific to episodes 1, 2, and 3, if you're okay with that.
But do you want to cut to so everybody can digest, because we're unloading a lot of information.
When we said that we were going to do a day, I was like, Chris, we cannot literally do a day for all of Star Wars. And then when we said a week, I'm like, oh my God, are we going to have enough content to talk about for a week?
Yeah, I'm
like, oh my, we haven't I feel like we haven't even started.
Everybody who's not a Star Wars fan who's tuned in tonight, thank you. But also, we're going to give them whiplash. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit. And maybe let's show the video of you and do you want to show that?
Yeah, I'll tell that. Charlie Boy, you're smart. You're a smart cookie. I'm taking notes for the quiz. So one of my favorite human actual stories that I experienced myself is when I went to Disney in 2020, February 2020. Literally, we're walking around with COVID patients. We have no idea. And I think I've mentioned this story on the stream before, but it's worth mentioning to all the new folks. I decided that I wanted to get the whole experience at Galaxy's Edge, which is the Star Wars land, on how to build the lightsaber.
Now, we were very excited about going to Galaxy's Edge. I was looking forward to that more than anything at Disney And I just have to say it is absolutely remarkable.
100%.
Even though it's on the smaller side, I think it is just a total blast.
Loved every
We had
moment
so
of being
much
there.
fun there.
Merrimer, yes, he did die. I will explain to you in a little bit. Okay. And yes, we will talk about the Muskrat story too. We just need to find an entry point for that. But I will explain to you about Darth Maul too. So we get to the place. I reserved ahead of time that I want to be participating in this building of the lightsaber. It was $200, which is crazy amounts of money for this specific, like, what was it, 15 minutes?
But that was like the one big thing that we did while we were.
Yeah.
Like,
And I felt like it's kind of like a reward for myself because you've all known, I've mentioned my bad Disney story when I was younger. And if not, I had a really bad experience in Disney when I was younger that traumatized me towards not ever going back. And when I did go back, I felt like I wanted to have joy going back. So we did this lightsaber thing. And of course, out of the 15 people who are in the room, it's this beautiful story. Someone's narrating why we build lightsabers, how important your own lightsaber is. You got to physically pick all the different parts of your lightsaber. You're twisting, you're building. You pick the Kyber crystal, which colors your lightsaber. You put the plastic piece on or glass or whatever it is. You finally turn it on and it's a part of the story. Mine doesn't turn on. And in typical Disney fashion, in case you've never gone, they want to make this experience for you as magical as possible. And when I tell you, I had whiplash from how quickly the cast, who are the workers, resolved my issue. Within a second, a brand new lightsaber with different parts was in my hand, ready to go, and I'm enjoying it and I'm loving it. And then out of nowhere, a woman calls us in and was like, "We are sorry you had such a terrible experience. Can we please offer you front of the line access to the 3-hour wait for this Millennium Falcon ride?" We're like, "Yeah, that would be great." And me and Chris were like, "Shit, that was awesome." Like, we were not demanding anything.
Yeah, we were like, well, look, stuff happens. I mean, I get it.
Thanks, Pete, for resubscribing for 11 months. Oh, Chris's favorite.
Oh, Pete, thank you. That is my favorite month.
Pete, I was just talking about earlier how one of our favorite things to do when we were younger was watch Star Wars. Me and my brother are 6 years apart, so there was a gap between us, but one of the things that completely unified us was watching Star Wars, episodes 4, 5, and 6, over and over and over. All night, every other night, pick one. Oh, it was so good.
Wait, Jen said that she's gone to the cantina and... Jen, we went there and we had a really cool experience. We almost didn't go. We waited in line to get a table and they were serving like one drink and then rotating or something. There was some rule because it was like just opened and it was busy.
Yeah, you could only sit for 45 minutes, one drink.
Yeah,
out.
and so we were like, we had a long day. We were gonna like just bail on it, and then we're like, okay, well we're here. Let's just have a drink. And so we sat down at the table, and we were with I think it was like a bridal party or something, right?
Yeah, and it was so like, crazy.
That was
so fun.
That was the group who, their mom was like a Muskrat Nation follower.
Yeah, we told them who we were and like what we do or whatever, and we
looked us up on Instagram,
and they were like, "Oh my god, my mom loves you guys." It was so.
It was
bizarre.
Just a random set of circumstances, and it was just like a really fun and memorable night. And so I'm so glad that we did go and get that drink.
Yeah. So now here I'm gonna flip to footage of the moment where my lightsaber broke. So please enjoy my suffering for the next minute or so. And by the way, this is technically spoilers. I don't know if anyone who's ever gonna go do this wants to like experience it for the first time ever. I just want to let you know like this will show the actual activity. So enjoy. I'm going to click this and I guess... No, you know what? Keep us...
Yeah, we can talk about it.
So here we are. Each of those long things are the lightsaber that
you built.
That you built, yeah.
Take that first step.
I'm surprised they don't say, like, no
bond between saber and
recording.
is about to be forged. In a moment, you will come forward, place your hands on the hilt of your completed lightsabers. And when I give you the saber, you will, for the first time, activate the blades. Are you ready?
Look at all the lightsabers. Look at them all light up. Mine will light up and then go dead.
I think you're just not meant to be a Jedi.
Look at everyone. Look at everyone. Mine's not. Mine comes on delayed.
They're like, crap.
Look, I lifted it and it's gone. It died.
Jedi and the Sith that have come before you.
He's like, oh, geez.
Look at him. Look, he's like, oh,
he's pissed.
shoot.
He's like, I don't get paid enough for this crap.
Look how quickly he disassembles, and that's it. It doesn't. We don't. Chris at that point got nervous, and was like, "Oh shit, I probably should stop recording."
But he did rebuild it, and he was super
Yeah.
nice about it. We were like, whatever. I mean,
Total
it was like,
dumpster fire.
I was
Chrissy.
here for the laugh. I'm like, I appreciate a good, comic relief. I don't need it to be all serious.
But Chris, I have to say, I mean, a child may have been mad. I was fine. I
I'm
was just
glad that
waiting
you
there.
got it over a kid, because a
Me
kid
too.
that
I can
could suck for a
understand.
kid.
I mean, we worked at Apple. We know things
Yeah.
are broken sometimes.
yeah.
But the experience was wonderful. We did get in line and did the Smuggler's Run,
So-
which was the other one.
Yeah, Sam, they did fix it. What they did is they just rebuilt his. So you pick all the different parts that you get, that like what it looks like, what the color of the light is, and blah blah blah. And the guy who took the lightsaber at the end of the video just quickly rebuilt it with new parts, and it was totally fine. Then the second one was worked fine.
Yeah, and
But-
Sam, yeah, there are definitely adults who would have freaked out for sure. I mean, I feel like I even know people who would have. But I feel like in that moment I was like, I get it. Like, I just felt that.
Yeah,
like,
stuff-
I get it. It's
shit
fine.
happens.
Yeah. Right.
Voodoo happens. And
Banta Poodoo.
then that the really like sort of fun.
I was not Elias about it. That's what I want to say. Charlie Wood goes, your face was reading a bit of gritted teeth. Way to hold in the drama.
blue or green milk. I think we got blue milk,
We
right?
got blue milk, and it was delish. I'm telling you, we were within COVID. COVID was rampant and happening right then and there.
So, what is really funny though, and sort of like I think the magic of Disney, is that earlier that morning we did get reservations for the Millennium Falcon ride, and if you remember, we were waiting in line. Like we got on the line, and it was like a 2-hour wait or whatever
Yeah.
it was. And when we got on to it, or we couldn't get reservations. That's I think what it was. So we got on the line. It was like a 2-hour wait. An hour into the line, you left because you really had to pee.
Oh, I was dead. I was like, you know what? I would rather relieve myself right now and survive this hell than stay on this line for a minute longer.
And so I was like,
So I left.
so
and I
Elias
enjoyed,
was, I was like, I can come with you. And he's like, no, like go on the ride. And so I went on the ride while Elias went and peed, because you couldn't come back on the line after you left.
and
And
play your P music. Pete, I think that Pete, I actually, is it milk based? I don't know if it's actual dairy, but it is milky, if that makes sense.
it's like barium, but with blue.
Oh, that's what barium tastes like? No. Oh, okay. Keep going. Sorry. I didn't mean to
So
cut you off.
anyway, then by a weird set of events, you broke your lightsaber and you weren't a sufficient enough Jedi, where then you got a free pass to go on the Millennium Falcon
Yeah.
ride. And that was totally you were sort of like, well, it's fine. I won't go on the Millennium Falcon ride, because that was our last day in Hollywood Studios. And rather than waiting on the line again, you broke your lightsaber and you got on the ride anyway.
Totally, and it was great. And one of my favorite stories about that, this is not episode 1, 2, and 3, but you know the Millennium Falcon. So the Smuggler's Run is meant to replicate the Millennium Falcon, and if you imagine what the inside of the Millennium Falcon looks like, there's a chess table, one of those weird chess tables that R2 and Chewie play like that weird holographic chess on. And while we were waiting and it was our turn next to go, Chris is like looking at the table. You can, there's photo ops.
No, this was me by myself.
Oh,
So
right,
because
right,
then
right,
I
right.
told
'Cause
you
that- that's what I
after
was
the fact,
thinking
because
about.
it wasn't there.
Yeah, because I was thinking,
So-
well, I don't have a picture of that.
Look, when you go into the Millennium Falcon ride, there is that like little it's like a lobby area where everybody goes off into their own different rooms.
Yeah, there's a guide who says, okay, you go there, because they have like probably 12 different like versions of the ride happening.
But in very Disney fashion, they have like, even in the holding area, it's very much like a scene. And they had the whole setup of the chess table and everything like the Millennium Falcon area. And so I'm going around and I'm looking at like everything while we're just waiting to be loaded into our room, because it's like really cool. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I'm like moving, like looking at things. And then there's like one of those like people mover things. But it was like, I'm telling you, in the lighting of the room, it looked like it was a set piece. Looking at it, I thought it was like a speeder or something. And I'm looking at this people mover thing and I'm like looking at like touching it. And then I go on the ride and I thought nothing of it. And then you come back, we go on the ride the second time when you got like fast pass to the front of the line and it wasn't there. And it totally dawned on me that I was just sitting there like playing with somebody's people mover.
Yeah.
It wasn't a set piece.
Chris is like selfieing with this cool new technology. Terrible.
What an idiot.
So we think that it is plant-based coconut milk. Jen says, I did not know this. Jen Brambilla said you could have asked the cast member if you can go back in line, similar to Rider Switch with kids. I didn't know that. I would have definitely done that.
Oh, really? Well, now we know.
Pete says, okay, if it's coconut, I could probably do it. Not sure if you all heard, but I have milk issues. Oh, Jesus Christ, Pete. He's the drama. So Chrissy says that Disney paid for, I think, her father's trip because they got into a bus accident and the whole trip was paid for.
Oh, wow. What,
Disney.
on property? They
Yeah, but it turned into, it was actually like, it did ruin her father's trip because he got hurt. It was all over the news because it was between two of their buses. A lot of people got hurt. Crazy.
Oh, wow.
That is
I
not
hope he's okay now.
At minimum, the vacation should have been paid for. And Miramar said I was disappointed with that ride. I will say with that ride, you do have to be in the right position. I enjoyed it because it was like a free ride. Like, not free, but I got fast pass, so the experience made me happy.
Look, I think...
But it's a ride where you're given a roll out of 4 rolls. So or 5, if you don't get a good roll.
Oh, we had a kid with us and he was terrible.
But I would have killed it.
No, yeah, you would have, but we cheered him on because we left and we gave him like a high five and everything because like he was having, and then once
he was out of earshot, I cursed him out.
Yeah, like good gays, we were very nice and cordial, and then afterwards we were like, oh man, that kid really sucked.
Jesus Christ! I mean, it was so bad. Like one person goes up and down on the ship, the one person then goes left and right, and you're supposed to guide each other towards like shooting the bad guys or whatever. And if it was like me and Chris, we would have been on level like 100. We died at level 1.
Well, yeah, they probably would be like checking in on us because you would be yelling. Are you guys okay? Yeah, they're knocking. Are you okay in there?
Not yet. I have to get my high score. I'm just beating it. Too funny. Yeah, so anyway, let's get back to 1 and 2 and 3. I have a list of things here that these are live notes. Can we do Craft-A-Cam for this?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you want to just steal my...
Usurp. Let's see if this works. Is this visible?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so take a look here. I came up with this brilliant system. Brilliant that I'm so much that I'm going to trademark it. Not really. Where as I'm watching, anytime the spirits move me, the mole people in the sky move me towards I do not like what I'm watching, that's a no. I give it a no tally. If it's yeah, F yeah, I give it a yes tally. Star Wars Episode 1 ended up with a -7. It's not good. I don't know where the range of this is for this tally
minus
system.
infinity to plus infinity.
Yeah, and so -7 is somewhere below average. Much far below average. And that's how I rated the first one. Some of the things that I wrote on the side are terrible. Chupa Chawa, when Anakin was little baby Anakin was like, but I had to go all the way to Chupa Chawa to get blah blah blah. It was just terrible.
Wait. Oh yeah.
He's talking to Watto.
Did you see what Cry said earlier? That
Oh, I meant to comment on that. I
didn't know that
about the boy who had some severe issues growing up because he had
that sucks.
Schizophrenia. Yeah.
You know what? That's like a childhood actor situation. Like, isn't there like a thing where it's like every time that?
Yeah, I think Sam or someone said that. -7 and Elias says arbitrary made up personal mole people guided system. Yeah. Yes, I love that. You're getting a
Oh my God, Sam,
green
that's
one
amazing.
for that. That's exactly it. I'm glad Elias has a realistic perception of the quality of the prequels. I had an impression he was too fond of them. Okay, yeah, but wait, because there's more. Okay, so I wrote, he said especially, which
They should have given the direction on that.
yeah, it's because it's especially, and some people do grow up saying especially, and I understand that, but then at some point someone should correct them and say that it's especially. How wooed when Jar Jar Binks says that.
Yeah.
It gives me needles feeling.
Yeah, that is.
And he said it 3 times. Not okay. Not okay for once. Not okay for twice. Certainly not okay for 3 times. Midichlorian was introduced in episode 1 to a lot of negative feedback.
I like this concept.
Midichlorian is something that exists that up until 1, 2, and 3, we knew the Force to be this mysterious thing, this mysterious aura that if I'm attuned to the Force, I'm able to control anything and everything because of my natural reaction to it. In episode 1 here, they introduced this idea that you are in fact Force sensitive, so to speak. You are born with the ability to use the Force or with the ability to never use the Force, like a calculable? No? Like a measurable amount of this cell variant is in you called midichlorian. And so when Qui-Gon Jinn did a test on young Anakin, which is Darth Vader, he was like, oh shoot, you are like off the charts with your midichlorian. And I thought at the time, I was like, this is super cool. Everyone hated it. And it was never really introduced again.
Wait, why is the Senate on here?
I was just writing at the time how cool the Senate is.
I think the Senate scene looks so cool.
Yeah, it's such a cool
scene. And I feel like Duel of the Fates, yeah, that's really, really good. And John Williams, he did the originals, right?
Yeah, he's a grand He
is
dies,
a remarkable person.
It will be a moment. We will feel the feelings. It'll shock us.
It's like
in
the
scene,
sound of 1,000 notes
voices being silenced.
Yeah, 1,000. It's the sound of a million orchestra players playing and then suddenly being silenced.
Oh, it makes me sad.
Yeah, he's really special.
Sam, you said that's how I always thought the Force worked. I'm curious to know if you mean the like science version or like the mysterious version.
Bobo Jinx, is that what Mary Jane calls him?
Yeah, I missed the Bobo Jinx thing. I saw it also in Discord.
Wait, what is his name now? I can't think of it.
Boba Fett?
No.
Or Jar Jar Binks?
Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is really annoying. But I feel like he is also, him being, okay, I'm not saying that he should be in it, but you have to have a stupid character to progress the story in the way that, and he happened to be that character. I feel like John Williams, it's a perfect storm of bad dialogue and stupid character requirements.
John Williams?
Or, I'm sorry, George Lucas.
Yeah.
Coming together, and it is just terrible.
Absolutely.
Raisin is destroying that letterbox again.
I'm watching him.
Raisin, what are you doing?
It is genetic. Yes, that we've now learned that it's genetic. We talked about this, but I like Jar Jar, but I was also like 10 when the movie came out, so it appealed to me as a kid. Exactly my point. That's definitely why Jar Jar exists, for this humor of it all, until the whole world freaked out and yelled at him for being so terrible. And then in 2 and 3, he basically gets written out of the show. He's gone. He's not in it. I mean, he is in it, but he's not really important. In the 1990s, the common joke was the Force is like duct tape. It has a light side and a dark side, and it holds the universe together. Oh my God, I'm dead. I love the music in episode 1, said Mirror, the Darth Maul theme. So I have here the Duel of the Fates, which is what I think you mean, Mirror. The Duel of the Fates is the song title of the song that plays when Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn both fight Darth Maul. And when I tell you, it is top tier. I hear it, I think of it, and I got chills right now. It's really freaking good. It's identifiable. It's unique. It really sets the scene. It's got so much action in the music. I love it, folks. I mean, this to me is why I cannot dismiss episode 1, 2, and 3, and especially episode 1, because when you have something like that in a movie, no matter how much the other things
The fight
are bad,
scenes are also, I mean, we've been watching the 4, 5, 6 now as our homework, but the fight scenes in 1, 2, and 3 are obviously elevated because they have the ability technologically to deal with the more following the lightsaber and, you know, making it still look real.
Yeah, and actually 4, 5, 6 had very slow fight scenes because of like what you're saying. 1, 2, and 3, one of the new things that has been sort of brought into the lore of Star Wars is the ability for the force wielding characters to jump far and like do sort of Cirque du Soleil stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like that was never in the originals. And yes, Paul, thanks for calling me out on that. I did mean duel, not dual. Duel of the Fates is like 2 fates, but the duel of the fates. Do you see
but also,
no,
you know,
I
got it.
I misspelled it.
I got it. But what I want to say is, I mean, it kind of almost sort of does work in the sense that like there are two like major
paths.
components of this. So it is kind of like,
oh, I see. That's
dual.
why you weren't like, oh, Elias, you're so stupid. You're like, Elias,
like,
you might
well,
have...
it could be interpreted either way because it could be the duel as in the actual fighting of it, but it could also be the dual aspect of
even
these
Paul said he
2
could be
fates
right.
that are happening at the same time. Because really, these are both being determined at that point. That's like a fork in the road.
Wow, it's so good. So, OG Steve, there's things you want to say. I will comment in a sec, but I wanted to go back to...
But yeah, good job, Elias, for spelling it wrong and
letting us go there.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the Darth Maul conversation. Mayor asked before what happened to Darth Maul. Here's the canon. We use the word canon to refer to what is actually the storyline in the world of whatever it is you're talking about. So the canon of Darth Maul is that he did get sliced in half in the end of episode 1. He falls down that tube and whatever. Then at some point in the future, these group of women called the Night Sisters, this story takes place in the Clone Wars the animated show. They discover him and use their like witch magic to basically give him life, but life with part robot. His like bottom half is like a robotic frame, and it was a long lead up for him to like why and how he came back to life. That, in my opinion, very believable, and I'm here for it. And at the end of the Clone Wars, he's actually around and he goes and flies off and like basically just is back in the universe, which is why he's inside of the Solo movie. And it all does make sense. But if you are not as deep a diver in Star Wars land as we have been, he just appears out of nowhere and you're like, WTF, which is exactly what my problem was with the Solo movie as a whole. It's boring AF. And then you have that reveal. Focus on that to start. I want to know all about that. How did that come to be? You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't even think I've ever fully seen Solo.
You did. But like, we watched it over the course of multiple days. We need to rewatch it, but maybe not for our homework.
I think that one thing that George Lucas did kind of
No, Mayor, they did not. That's my problem. He exists. He exists, and that's great and wonderful, and it's a shock value. But how and why, when we saw him get sliced, we don't know. Sorry.
No. I think that the one thing that George Lucas had in his favor when he sort of set up the world and everything is that he has this obviously he's got the theme of like the mystical thing with the Force, and that sort of allows for this concept of like the witches and everything being able to do this sort of stuff. So I think that kind of opens it from like the mystical standpoint. But then also I think that the fact that he always has this concept of luck in the movies really enables you to be like, oh, well, what are the chances?
Yeah.
Because it's really part of the theme of the whole world and it then like is a feedback loop into this whole mystical thing, where is it luck or is it the midichlorian or the force really dictating the trajectory of the world? So I think it's really fascinating because he has these two major components that feed off of each other really well and just makes the world that much more enjoyable to experience.
I agree, Chris. That is so smart. And almost every trilogy includes these moments you're talking about, which is the combination of luck.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch it through again, and you'll see that there's a lot of times when you just are like, what are the chances that that's going to happen? That's so stupid. But that's literally what's like driving the story, that there's just a total sequence of random chances that happen that get us to this point.
There was some, wait, where was it?
Kara said mitochondria. Yeah, close.
Oh, they couldn't do that for Qui-Gon. So the way that it was presented to us with the revival of Darth Maul, if I remember correctly, it involved lots of sacrifice. I think like people had to like give up their lives or something for him to come back. And so I think it's considered something really horrible and something you don't want to ever do, but they were able to do it because this small faction of witches, like the small faction of witches wouldn't want to bring back Qui-Gon. Right? Does that make sense? And I think that, what was it? Like, did one of them die or something like that? It was just, I remember something really bad had to happen. For Qui-Gon
there was like something sacrificial.
Chris, I have to go pee.
Okay, just check that Raisin didn't destroy everything. I'm telling you, folks, it's like we're in a farm up here. Raisin, I don't know what he had to eat, but it is not agreeing with his stomach. And also, when Elias comes back, we got to tell the story about the cats over the last weekend, because that's probably where this is all coming from. Katie Dim, there is a patch tonight. It's Star Wars themed, so stay tuned in. We'll show it probably after Elias comes back. But yeah, we've been dealing with muskrat drama lately, and I think it's probably all, at this point, it's all resolved, except for Raisin's disgusting litter box usage right now. Kara said, as long as Chris laughs at my jokes. I don't know, like, I'm excited for Elias to come back because I want to tell this muskrat story that it really started on Saturday evening after the stream. And so it's been like a couple day affair now that we've been dealing with this. And oh, hey, Lil Red, thanks for tuning in. A couple days that we've been dealing with it. But like I said, now that it's resolved, and most of you out there are pet owners, and when things are like off, it's bad. When things are off with 7 cats, it's like a total dumpster fire. Oh, and Kathy asked for Bernie. I will get Bernie when Elias comes back. Oh, Elias is like this is full P mode for him. I think we're gonna loop this song.
No, I'm good. I was just getting
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
And just did
you're gonna have to flush the toilet twice.
No, and I did a quick little looky-loo to see if there was any poop anywhere, and I didn't see any poop, so we're good.
So look, I was saying,
bye, Eloise.
This is a good break point. We need to show the patch. And I also, before we show the patch, I want to show or tell the muskrat story that we've been dealing with for the last couple days.
Yeah. Before we finish, I want to show the rest of this. We don't have to dive deep into it.
You want to just go over the rest of your list? Because I'm going to go pee then.
Look,
I'll be faster.
episode 2, I gave a +2. So this was minus or 26 no's and 28 yeses. This movie is a complicated beast of a movie for me to review because I absolutely loathe the love scenes between Hayden and Natalie Portman, or Anakin and Padme. They are the worst written, least interesting, least sexy, least love story that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So that's why there's so many no's. But why there are so many yeses is because all of the clones and the reveal of the clones and Camino, the planet Camino, and all of the things that we learn about like the progress of the story happen in this movie. And it's remarkable. I love it. Now, a couple of things. I'm just going to use my Apple Pencil to point here because this is a little bit farther away. So what do we have? The library. Oh, in the library, I love that scene. I love the diner scene. I love Camino. I don't know why I wrote Kaminoans. Oh, I think as Chris said, what do you call someone who's from Camino? Then, if you all remember this little monster, this little thing that they were rolling around in the on the grass at some point when Anakin was like chasing Padme in the grass and they were rolling around. Look, that's the shape of it, and it looks like Smoriel.
It looks exactly like Smoriel.
I wrote Tyrannus is who? Is it Dooku? And I wrote a little check because yes, the answer is that Lord Tyrannus, Darth Tyrannus, is in fact Dooku. I wrote sound design is really good. And then I gave a little example here of who is who. So Klieg and Shmi got together. No, I'm sorry.
Married.
Yeah. So Klieg had Owen. Shmi had Anakin, virgin birth. That means Anakin and Owen, like Uncle Owen, are stepbrothers. How crazy is that? And then I wrote Darth Sidious as Trump. Next, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Look at this movie. I gave this movie
this
plus
was really
25.
Good. Yeah, this is a good movie.
I wrote intro super cool. R2 is funny AF. Anakin as an actor is much more tolerable. And then I wrote that the ballroom scene is, I don't even know what I wrote there. Spectacular.
Wait, what's the ballroom scene?
The ballroom scene is when the water globes are happening.
Yeah, that's not a ballroom though. That's more of like a theater.
Yeah, I want to get back to that for a sec. But Pete said sand is so coarse. Oh my God, we can't talk about that. Wow, Chris, Pete break. What else? Oh, Lil Red, hi. I'm here 2 margaritas in, so you get what you get, said Lana. Yes. Snaps.
Good, Lana. I'm jealous.
If you are a Star Wars fan, you chose the right night to join in. And guess how it is in my house? It goes by one. The sound design of Obi-Wan flying around the asteroid trying to get to the clone factory was awesome. Yes, that's where I wrote that. That's where I wrote that line. Oh, no, sorry. I tried to respond. Hi, but I got mixed up, but I love you all. Thank you. Happy hour with a coworker.
Oh, okay. We love you too, Lil Red.
Agree, Elias, on number 3. Yes, a number 3 really to me becomes one of the, if not
it's just one of the best, such a good movies. Crossover. Like,
yeah.
To bridge that gap between where 4 starts and now the prequels were leading. Yeah. That's difficult to navigate. Yeah. And I feel like it was really executed well.
Perfect.
And not in a predictable way. Like you never,
even though you knew, you didn't know.
Even though you knew what it was going to come to, you didn't know how you were going to get there. And I think it's just brilliant.
And I wrote down this ballroom scene. I don't know why I call it that. I think of it because of the fact that
it's a ball.
It's like a
globe.
Maybe I meant not ballroom. Maybe I meant ballet scene. That's what I meant.
That's probably because it's got the like ribbon dancers.
Opera scene. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what it is. It's an opera scene.
When he's like, leave us.
Yeah. Right. That was good.
He's such a dick. Why is anybody like...
Why does anyone follow him?
Yeah.
Why does anyone follow Trump?
They're all cheering for him like he's great.
This scene in particular, I have to tell you, when I was in the movie theaters, it was chills up and down. And I'm going to do a quick summary. This is when you realize that Palpatine has an ulterior motive, and it is to get Anakin to join his dark side. And the way he gets him to join the dark side is because...
Oh, wait, Kathy asked for Bernie. I'm going to go again.
Is because Anakin revealed a little secret to Palpatine. He said, I am having terrible dreams. I'm not able to sleep at night because I'm worried that my wife, Padme, who is the mother of Luke and Leia, she's going to die in childbirth. I'm nervous about that. And then do you know what he does? What Anakin does? Or what Palpatine does? He shares with him one of the most interesting stories of all of Star Wars land about this guy named Darth Plagueis, who used the dark side of the Force to basically save someone from dying. And this was the linchpin or whatever to like get Anakin to kind of start pondering like, wait a second. So if there are these two sides of the Force and like you could be good or you could be bad, it's kind of just like a perspective thing. Because like, what if I use the bad side of the Force, but I use the bad side to save someone? Isn't that kind of good? That's what guides and starts the process of making Anakin like a bad guy. And ultimately, something interesting past this point, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we ever had any knowledge of Darth Plagueis ever again. Like in side stories or backstories, I don't think there's anything more about Darth Plagueis. So
it's an opportunity.
It's for sure an opportunity. But he says that Palpatine says that when Darth Plagueis was telling his Padawan, oh, not Padawan, what's the word? Apprentice. That when he was telling his apprentice this, whatever happened and the apprentice killed him, like Plagueis, the lore here that we suspect is that Darth Plagueis' apprentice was Palpatine.
Which is brilliant.
Brilliant.
And okay. I feel like that could have been, there could have been so much stuff that was explored afterwards in 7, 8, and 9 that wasn't, but that's for another day.
And then Darth Vader was in fact created at the end of 3. One thing I will say that I didn't love, and it was actually one of my knocks, like when I said no, was Padme, the mother of Luke and Leia. He could have done something better to kill her. It was not an okay scene when
I feel like he, like we say that he's not good at dialogue and he's not good. He's not good at dialogue. He's not good at death scenes, like dramatic death scenes.
Okay, ready, Chris? Do it with me. So we're look at your camera, and then we're gonna die as Shmi.
This is Shmi dying. Are you dying left or are you dying right?
I'm dying right.
Direction. Okay, I'm gonna die left.
Okay, like my right.
Yeah, I'm gonna die my left.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's so bad. It's really.
I didn't know there were sound effects involved because she didn't make that noise. But
I think she made it. And then it's just. I remember seeing, and as a fan, seeing this in the movie theater was great. But I still remember, like, when you just get like that uncomfortable feeling, like the like
it's like Needles feeling.
It's Needles feeling. It's like secondary embarrassment.
Yeah, you're kind of like,
and you're like,
geez, like what just happened? Oh wait, my time.
I saw that and I was like,
my time says I need to go.
Ooh, yeah. that is
Pete
probably
said it's the best, worst death scene. Steve says, "Oh, you mean to tell me I was missing handwritten charts by Elias while I was on the road driving? I will quickly, if you're home, I will go backwards and show you that episode 3 had plus 25 or whatever it was. It plus 28? No, 25. Then plus 2 for Attack of the Clones, and then minus 7 for
episode 1.
Do I have? Oh yeah, I can't show you more because that's for Friday.
Okay, can we go to the patch now? Or no, we have to tell the Muskrat story.
Yes, and then I have to also show my.
Oh my god, good thing we're not playing a game tonight.
Well, I said that we'd play a level of Attack of 1 through 3 Lego Star Wars, but I only added that in the event that we
didn't have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but we have stuff to talk about. Yeah. Okay, so. Where are we? What's happening? Oh, the Muskrats.
Yeah,
I honestly don't want to dwell too much on the story. I'm actually going to go to this one, Chris, because Eloise is gone. I don't want to dwell too much on the story.
I'm going to make everybody sick, but I want to go to the unicorn camp so that we can show Bernie.
Look at Bernie.
Look at that little loaf.
So, folks, here's what happened. And we're going to be very vulnerable for a second because things were not okay for the past bit of time. Like the past. And I don't even know if they're still. I don't know, like, what is going to happen. I think that everyone is fine. But you all remember the last time we played Nintendo Switch Sports, right? Let me explain and this is now, we're hard left from Star Wars land. We played Nintendo Switch Sports in a new location. It was in our living room, and we had all the kiddies downstairs just below us in the basement.
But Bentley was being well behaved, and Eloise is aloof. And so neither of them went downstairs because Bentley was just chilling on the couch. So I'm like, the only reason why the rest of the cats went downstairs is because we had wires everywhere, and I didn't want them chewing on them, and then because it's something new, and then getting electrocuted or whatever.
Especially while we're like playing, you know, where we're going to be facing away from them, and then like God forbid something happens. And so when we cleaned up, and all the equipment that we brought in was from the garage, which in and of itself could have had smells. I don't know. But we bring in all the stuff, and we clean everything up. We put the stuff away. We release the demons, and then chaos ensued. It was basically Cheddar who instigated Bentley, which has happened, and that's not abnormal. It's just the way
it was like right before we were feeding them their dinner after the stream.
Yeah.
And I was in the kitchen, and I was just putting our drinks away, like putting them in the dishwasher. And then I saw Cheddar in the corner, or Bentley in the corner, and Cheddar like coming at him. And then Bentley fought back, and Cheddar ran, and Bentley chased Cheddar, and then Bentley ran into Raisin, and Raisin was startled, and then fought back to Bentley.
And then Oriole came in and just did his whole little smack, smack, smack because I'm the bouncer thing, right?
And so everybody was sort of like, it was chaos in a matter of 10 seconds, from like normal to chaos in 10 seconds.
And now this chaos led through for a day, for 2 days, for nearly 3 days. Now it's Tuesday, which is
because what happened was
Saturday night, then Sunday night, then Monday night. Yeah, so it's like the third-ish day.
Raisin was
all going on.
Raisin was startled, and so Raisin and Bentley eat next to each other. And so afterwards, we thought, okay, they just had like a little tiff, and we went downstairs and started to feed them. And Raisin then saw Bentley next to him eating, and like remembered that they just got into a fight, and so started the fight again. And then because Bentley and Bernie look similar, Raisin saw Bernie and thought Bernie was Bentley and fought with him. It was just a whole nightmare.
Chaos. And we have had to keep Bentley separated for a couple of days now because Raisin just had these sort of natural instincts to like attack him. And yesterday was the first day that we started getting them reacclimated, and then today was the first day that they're fully out and about and all as well. And like it's pretty wild because Bentley and Raisin are really close. They've been living together the longest out of all of them. So this unusual fight probably startled them. And I have to say, I think it was me and Chris chest bumping. The moment we jumped up in the air and landed back down on the ground, these kitties were probably like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah, they're used to a quiet home. And so it's like when the chaos of that and them not being a part of it, I think just created a whole lot of anxiety with them that put them on edge.
And poor Bernie, look, little muskrat love. Poor Bernie was caught in the crossfire because he just looks like Bentley.
Ambassador Raisin fed off of the testosterone overload. Totally. It was the chest bump. No more sports, said Deb, and Heidi said, not my Bentley.
Clip that. Look.
Aw, Bernie. But yeah, they were all normal today. They're also like, I think they're stressed and like they're all messed up with their food and everything. It's just been like a whole thing, but I think we're kind of back on track now. So
Mira said I wasn't able to type for a bit, but I have to comment on, quote, you only had added the game in case you had nothing to talk about, quote, on Star Wars night. You too. Bless your hearts. I'm dead. Well, Deb, guess no more sports. We need to just be more clever on how we would play it. Like when we're outside, when we're in our Airstream.
Yeah, those are
absolutely optional options that we can do. But honestly, I was unwell for the past few days. I've been very nervous. I've been very scared that like we have a completely broken harmony in the house and what are we going to do?
No, I mean, we've been through it before. Like, look, I mean, we've been through it. Like if somebody goes off to the vet, when Bentley was in the vet for so long and then he came back and was reintroduced, we went through the whole reacclimation process.
I know, and we're good at that, like, but it's just stressful.
It's still stressful because like we like the harmony, but I feel like we're all back in the swing of things.
The other thing about the smell, like what's his name, Raisin pooping and farting and stuff, is that they've all had some sort of ailment, and I think it's just stress related. So like we're hopeful by like tomorrow things might be better. Venom Moose Assault said, what era of Star Wars are we talking about? So we, for the past like hour and 40 minutes, have talked about episodes 1 through 3. On Friday, if you tune back in, we're going to talk about episodes 4 through 6. And then on Saturday, we're going to finish up with episodes 7 through 9.
But,
said,
I was going to say, but we do have, we still have a little bit more to talk about with 1 through 3.
Yeah. And I also have my recap to show. I want to show my recap.
Yeah. So can we go to the patch first?
Yeah, I just want to catch up. So Katie said, my cats are the same way when my cats come from the vet. Always takes a few days, stresses me out too.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Yeah, totally, Katie.
Heidi said it happens here too. It's the most anxiety I feel for anything ever. Heidi, same.
I think,
absolutely, I mean, like, same.
You were stressed about it, and I was stressed too. But I mean, like, I was very confident that things would go back to normal, and it's like they are at this point. They're just
Mouse and Ducky cuddle and love each other every day, but Ducky's younger, and sometimes he gets a bite, and Mouse runs to me.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, they're cuddling so hard. Yeah,
100%.
Little Red. We have that a lot, but this particular situation was a bit different because it was like you could see that Raisin is an animal. Like Raisin is a carnivore animal and is out to protect his self. And it got scary. Like I felt bad for Bentley. I felt nervous for Bernie. I had to pull them away. It was like a pretty intense sort of situation, you know? And I agree. Those names are super fun for cats. Mouse and Ducky. I love that.
I love it too.
Totally. Okay, Chris, show us the patch.
Okay. Can I have some music? Okay. So in honor of our first Star Wars episode for the week of Star Wars, this is the patch for today. And if you don't know what this symbol is, this is the Rebel Alliance patch and the emblem. And I wanted to make this one because, like, I just feel like first of all, it's a really cool looking symbol. Like, this is something that I would wear. I think I have a hat with this on, or no, I have a hat with the resistance on. But it's really cool. You can stick it anywhere. It's an iron-on patch. So this is the way that it started.
Oh, I'm curious to see what the upgrades were.
So the thing that with this is I wanted the border to be a little bit thicker.
Charlie, I agree. I totally agree.
The border's a little bit thicker on the final one compared to the original. This is like a 0.5 millimeter thinner. So I just wanted it a little bit thicker. I think it just makes the gray a little bit more prominent in it. But it's a really nice patch. This is 14,895 stitches. It takes 33 minutes to stitch, which you think it's like super simple, but it does take a lot to stitch it. And so this is, we'll give this away to somebody in the community tonight.
Jen said you should totally guest on the podcast and have a deeper dive combo about Star Wars. And Steve said I would totally do so. That is a fun idea.
Oh my God, I love that.
Excuse me. I am writing that in the book and we need to collab.
That would be really cool.
That would be very fun. We just need to figure out technologically some of the aspects of that, but I'm so here for it.
Yeah, we could have like a Discord, just have him call in and then we could do that.
But I'm thinking through this. We need to, yeah, whatever. Forget about technology. We're going to make that happen as long as you're cool with it, Steve. Chris, why does the original look so much bigger? Oh, it's probably because it's on the...
Which original?
The original looks so much bigger because it's in my mind I think it's on the black.
No,
background.
they're the same.
Yeah.
They're actually
You're getting a lot of nice comments here, Chris.
the final one is a little bit bigger because it's got that thicker border on it, but it's just subtle. It's a subtle change, but otherwise it's.
Lil Red said, "I love that you share how you work through them. That's so fabulous." Aww.
Oh, thanks, Lil Red.
What Jen Prambula has highlighted, "You're welcome." OGC said would totally be up for Star Wars podcast. Okay, yeah, let's get in on that.
Oh, thanks, Ralph. Yeah, everybody's so sweet.
Yeah, everyone is so kind here with your.
Well,
pack.
somebody's gonna win it tonight. I don't know who.
Rebel Alliance. Yeah, these are the people actually from 4, 5, and 6 who are basically like Luke and Leia and them. Like this is their symbol. I don't know that they had involvement in it. It's more the people who ran the whole shebang.
The marketing department.
Yeah, I forgot
The
about
marketing
that.
department.
Marketing
Yeah.
department. Yeah.
I think they were on Alderaan, but they got out just in time.
Yeah. Excuse me. Don't spoil it for people.
We just spoiled the whole. We gave a synopsis.
No, I'm saying for episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Spoiler
for Friday.
alert.
Which, by
well,
the way,
they had like 40 years.
we have a little bit of an update on Friday. Wait, is it the Resistance? No, I think that's the Rebel Alliance patch. Hold on, are we like being silly right now? Resistance patch or Resistance logo Star Wars.
No, the Resistance one is the spiky one in the middle, isn't it?
Rebel Alliance patch. Oh, it's the same.
I thought the Resistance was the spiky one. Or no, is that the First Order?
Interesting. You know what? It's the same, and that kind of like totally makes sense
Because they're
because
revisiting.
the Resistance just becomes the Rebel Alliance.
They're revisiting the return of
Okay.
something oppressing.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Elias, did you play Super Star Wars on SNES back in the day? If so, thoughts. OG Steve, why do you have to bring up something so sensitive? I did not have an SNES, excuse me. And I suffered through having a Genesis, which I didn't suffer through. Me and Pete had a phenomenal time playing on our Sega Genesis, and we were like Sega Genesis fanboys forever. But we did not have an SNES, therefore we couldn't like deep dive into all the games that we wanted to play.
Nintendo Licious asked, "Do you have one now?"
Nintendo Licious.
Actually,
I do not and actually have never owned my own Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
if I owned one and we're married, and then do you also own half of all of my prior ownership?
Technically, yes. If you can claim that Super Nintendo that you own still that's at your parents' house is yours,
I don't think it's there. It's probably in the garbage. But
so why are we even discussing that? Why did you even lead me down this path?
I owned it, and I still think I own it. It's just in a garbage pile somewhere.
Let's say you
Maybe
own the real.
I don't know. It's probably in a closet somewhere.
This is a sensitive topic for me and Pete because we both, I think, deeply always wanted a Super NES, but never wanted to admit that we wanted a Super NES because that means that we're unhappy with what we have. And we grew up in a very like frugal household in the sense that like we really did well in not just splurging all the time on things because we knew we didn't have the money to support that. So we got what we got, and we didn't get upset.
Wait, Jen Brambilla is our curator for all of the patches, and she does an equal job in her trade as the librarian in the Jedi archives. And I need to just give her a final answer that I'm going to say this is the Rebel Alliance patch. Even though it could be in either way. But I'm going to say that because, you know, I can name my children, and I'm going to say it's the Rebel Alliance patch.
Can you please replicate the line of what the librarian says when Anakin is, or Obi-Wan Kenobi is looking for something?
In the archives.
In the library archives. It's basically like going to the, what is it, the Congress? The
Library of Congress.
Yeah, the Library of Congress. Like going there and asking for some data that you expect to be there. And you say, I'm looking for it and it should be here.
So the librarian is asking, and he's like, well, it's not here. And she's like, if the record doesn't appear in the archives, then it doesn't exist. And she just stomps away. Like, listen, I love her, her conviction and her insistence that the archives are always correct. But somebody needs to give her a little bit of customer service training.
Yeah, she did not have any. And she was fine up until that point.
She wasn't even entertaining that conversation anymore. She's like, I'm sick of these people. I'm going on my lunch break.
So the Resistance we're learning is the same as the Rebel in the sense that the concept behind them is the same, but they were just worded differently. Like the Resistance was the prequel. We're wrong.
No, the
Not
Resistance
the prequel.
is
Resistance
the
789.
789.
So the Rebels. Yes. Okay,
the Rebel.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Lil Red said, I wish I could win and wear these out. I got a great photo of the boys instead, and I don't enter the patch raffles because I got super excited for the winners. This is the greatest community. That is sweet, but you should enter.
Yeah, totally enter, Red.
Enter. Elias should get a Retron 5. You can play the original cartridges via HDMI connection. You know what, Steve? I still will not have ever had a Super NES unless Nintendo Licious, I'm sure, has a Super NES. Because she's got the coolest retro stuff. And if you don't follow her, follow that account. It's Nintendo Licious, spelled that way. And it's the coolest retro stuff.
You could go to that.
And actually,
what is it, digital?
I'm saying she has all the retro stuff. And OG Steve has all the retro stuff,
He does
too.
have a lot of retro stuff, which is really cool.
I wanted a Nintendo for Christmas, and my dad brought me home a Sega instead.
Who said that?
Lil Red.
Lil Red. Oh, my God. Do you know what happened? So the
Nintendo Delicious, I have 2 and I'm bringing you one. This must be fixed. OMG.
Lil Red, I wanted an SNES so badly for Christmas, and my brother wanted a Sega, and he was older than me, and my parents thought, oh well, you know, Chris will probably play this and then never use it again if we got the Super Nintendo
and become valedictorian in all of his schooling.
And so what happened that Christmas is my brother did in fact get the Sega, and they said that if I still wanted it the next year, I could get the SNES. And so I waited a whole year and I got the SNES the following year. And do you know that my brother never played the Sega?
Of course not.
And I played SNES all the time. I had all the, like, whatever games I played, I would play them through and through. And so, you know what? That's a story for the ages, and that older brothers take everything and they don't give.
No, I disagree. I love my relationship with my older brother, but when I was younger,
I feel like your brother is a friend more than a brother.
Yeah,
like, because it's like he's just so. Pete is someone special, so it's like.
I wish that you had the relationship that me and Pete had when you were younger with your brother, because I think a lot of things would have been different with your family. Like, I think as an older brother, it should typically be someone, and this is, everyone's different, but I'm saying as someone who's less experienced, and Pete's not more experienced and whatever, he always was someone who was with it.
Yeah,
like, he
but
understood what was going on. And
you got Qui-Gon, and I got stuck with Palpatine. So there's that.
You're giving your brother that much credit that he can.
I got stuck with stupid Palpatine. I don't think he could coordinate himself out of a cardboard box.
No. So listen, folks. Elias, your appreciation for Sega Saturn redeems your lack of SNES. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, Sam's sister just found a kitten in her yard. Adopt. Bring it in.
Oh, my God.
So listen, it's unusual for me to play my recap video at this time, but I've worked on it and I want to show you.
Oh, you have to show it. I haven't seen it, but
it's a bit on the longer side, and the reason it's a bit on the longer side is because this is that infamous episode where me and Chris were blasted. I was in full drag. I looked remarkable, and I don't even know what went on that night. But I got to tell you, when I downloaded the video clips, like the clips for this event, I mentioned to you once before that mine, Chris and Leah's last episode was like 40 clips. This is nearly 50 clips. for a 1 hour event that was just me and Chris. And I had to go through and be like, delete, garbage. I had to go through and rank them all. Like, it was.
Oh, you were an archivist. Like the
so what you're gonna watch is going to be not as much editing on my part in regards to like all the funny things that I do, because I think me and Chris were funny enough to kind of like carry it, but there's some stuff. And also I didn't actually get a chance to rewatch it once fully through when it ended, so like
you get what you get.
You get what you got.
Wait, Retronoid just followed us. Welcome to the community. Thanks for following, Retronoid.
Thanks, Retronoid, for following. I love the name.
I love the name, too.
So, folks, for anyone who's new, what you're about to watch is pre-recorded content that came out about 3 weeks ago. And I was in full drag, so it is still me, but it's going to be about 4 more minutes before we come back as live. So, see you in a hot second.
And then what on the other side? We'll probably start the giveaway.
Yeah, then we'll start the giveaway. So go ahead and mute us, Chris, on our end.
Okay, you can.
And we'll see you soon.
And I'm just gonna throw it out there. You don't know what they were ogling.
Do you see this eye roll? Do you see this eye roll? I'm gonna do it again.
And on that note, I'm going to just change gears for a second and tell.
Wait, you can't.
I'm going to.
No, because
I'm
Leah
driving.
to blow a kiss.
I'm driving the narrative right now.
I
am
Who
driving.
is the drag queen right now?
I'm going to say yesterday was National Burrito Day.
Woman's intuition. I know. On Instagram, I posted that tomorrow, bless you. Victoria Beckham-ish? No?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bye.
Not Victoria Beckham.
That's not Steven.
Yeah. Elias.
Imposter Steve.
Oh my God. Imposter
Steven. I'm here for how I look.
I ran something in my jersey without the nip protectors.
Oh my God. The drama, honey.
Yeah.
I have a serious request.
Yeah.
The next time that you do that, can I please be a part of it?
Yes, of course.
I really want to be a part of you presenting your pasties to the garbage.
Rural. I hate it.
That's not really how you say it. Is it really how you say it?
Rural. Mayor.
That he said mayor, like the mayor of Easttown. Chateauneuf-du-Pape.
Chateauneuf-du-Pape. Nothing.
Oh, what?
I said Leah is the untold story. No, nothing.
I don't think I get it.
500 bits.
Yeah.
Also, that's probably like one of your eyebrows right now.
I don't know what that means, but yes, it's exactly it.
Did you put on your, you put your lashes on tonight.
Are you for real? What? What are you talking about? Your breasts get smashed into pancakes.
I love pancakes though. Oh, now you're something about Mary.
When I said, did your brains come out? And he just wrote back, yes. Literally pull the whole HEPA filter out and put a whole new one in.
No, but the HEPA filter is the thing that's like back here. Literally, Darwin sitting there saying, no, no.
You didn't say the magic word.
This I put there for a reason, and it's coming out, and then they're saying, well, you know what? You did what you did. Maybe that's the only scenario when chest hair works because it provides a little bit of cushion for the pushing. Bam, bam, bam.
Bam! Bam!
You can have Angelina. That's fine too.
What about Angelina?
Acceptable. On the same note, a terrible realtor in front of Bam.
Bam! Bam!
Hi, you thought it was Elias? Nope. Bam.
Bam! Bam!
What else is Kirby gonna stick in his mouth? I'm a sexy woman.
Why didn't I get stared at? I want to be stared at.
Leah would like for me to blow a kiss.
Do it.
Okay, ready, Leah? This is for you. Leah, pay attention.
Oh, that was Needle's feeling. How are we not canceled yet? Thank you, Lil Red, for the 100 bits.
Oh my God, I can't. Oh, the rural juror. I say mayor like mayor, said Sam. Oh my God, I can't. The drama. Oh, the mammogram talk. Yeah, we were talking about that. I witnessed Chris taking off his pasties at the 275 challenge. Yes, you were there. Right into the drink cup for the bartender. No joke. I remember that. I totally remember that. I think you presented them and said, these are my pasties. Can you please give them as I'm giving them to you as a gift?
Yeah, and I got a drink ticket as a gift back.
OMG. OMG. That was, I got to tell you, out
The
of all
Victoria Beckham thing.
Oh, really?
I'm such a jerk.
His little, I'm like, oh, I look like Victoria Beckham a little bit, right? And he goes, mm-hmm. And I meant to expand upon how much longer it showed, but I wrote gay lies at the bottom when he did his little, like totally not. And I have to tell you, that was one of the most difficult ones that I've done to edit. It was very hard. There was no story to tell. We were off the wall. The wall. Gone.
If you're watching that, you're like, what are they talking about?
I feel like no idea what was going on.
We were delivering gold.
We were. Also, if you go back and watch this and look at that particular moment with the mayor of Easttown's poster art, it's gold. Not to toot my own horn, but it's pretty good stuff. There's a lot to unpack in that little 5 seconds there. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start the giveaway. So this is for the Rebel Alliance patch, custom made. This will go.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Where is?
Yeah, Chris, when he pulled down the sunglasses, I don't know why that was so funny to me. Oscar performances, yes. Oh my God, I can't.
Here we go. All right, the raffle's live, so if you want to enter, if you're new to the channel, just type in !raffle. There's no charge for it. Subs get 5 times the tickets.
Okay, I'm realizing we never did the quiz. I'm going to start the quiz now.
Oh my God, yeah, do the quiz.
And at some point, I don't know how it's going to work, but oh shoot, because everyone's going to be typing, and I don't know how that's going to work.
I mean, Heather has been studying.
I know. We have to do it.
Yeah, how do you do it?
I'm going to wait 1 minute. Get people enrolled, and then because it's going to be a lot of drama. It's going to be a lot of overlays and things, and I want to make sure that like no one's overwhelmed by
what's on the screen. Okay.
So listen, folks.
Wait, so while that's happening and folks are entering the raffle, should we talk about logistics for Friday?
Yes. So on Friday, we have misjudged the amount of time it's going to take us to get all over where we need to go for Chris's parents' 50th wedding anniversary. And so we're likely going to start maybe 15 minutes late. We will keep you all abreast of the situation on Discord as it goes on, but we're likely going to be late.
Yeah, so if you're
off where we're coming from.
So Friday, we're going to talk about
4, 5, and
6. If you want to
we will deliver. We will provide all the things we did today, but we're just going to start late.
And that's typically we go on 8 o'clock Eastern time, but we'll probably be on around 8:15 Eastern time on Friday. If you want to stay up to date, you can join the Discord for free. Just type !Discord and you'll get the link.
Yeah, I'll do that now, but it's probably going to get lost in the midst of all of this stuff. So 9:45. No. 8:45. Are you being fresh, Jen? Oh, and Pastor Jen said, holy hell, we're going to the beach this weekend and celebrating an early 50th anniversary for my parents.
That's so weird. What are they? That's so weird.
Sam said, I'm okay if you start 2 hours. Why is everyone saying we're starting 2 hours late? Although, Jen, I don't know, maybe.
Although, look, I mean.
Yes, Chrissy. Yeah, it's going to be a thing.
Yeah, I've been dreading this for months now. I'm doing it because I'm supposed to do it, but it'll be a thing.
We may shift 4, 5, 6 conversation till another day and just talk about what's going to go on there.
Yeah, thanks, Chrissy.
No, but I don't want to dwell on. I mean, it's just whatever.
Although I did say, we're all of the siblings are paying for this party, and I said to my sister, because I didn't plan anything because I removed myself from everyone, I did say to my sister, I don't want to sit with any of the siblings. I want to sit with normal people. So that's how we're gonna go into this on Friday.
I agree, Sam. Celebrating the weekend, celebrating this weekend when the actual anniversary is July 1st is quite early.
Totally beach pleased. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna do oh wait, there's a gift. We have to get a
No, there's no gift. The gift is me actually going.
Your presence.
Yeah. Actually, you know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of my siblings I haven't seen since Christmas of 2019.
My concern is I'm just being selfish and and like making it about me I'm being very Elias about it, is I am a loving husband to Chris and will walk the ends of the earth with him. And so there was a point in time where we sort of were like, you know what, we're going to separate from everyone and whatever. And so I did. And in doing so, now I'm nervous that like when we go
You're
there,
the bad guy.
No, not like that I'm going to be the bad guy. I'm nervous that there's going to be questions of like, hey, so like, what's up with this and what's up with that? I'm going to be like, wait, is someone calling me over there? I have to go. Bye.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to have a lot of those. Oh, I need to take this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take my phone out and be like, oh, work's calling. You have students on call.
My 6th grade student really needs to know how to sing that part of the song.
The Star Spangled Banner is really hot right now on TikTok, and they need to know.
There's 6 total siblings, including Chris. Yeah. No, I mean, it's like a lot. It's a lot of people.
It's going to be interesting.
So, can you just go back? I want to see how much time has passed because I don't know if I want to do it. Yeah.
Oh, we have 10 seconds.
Yeah, let's wait.
Enter.
Let's finish this and then I'll start the quiz. But stick around for the quiz. I want to test this out. I'm curious to see how this works. It may take a bit longer. It's in my mind, it should take 2.5 minutes, but it might take more like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on like the situations. So please stick around and let's try to see how this works.
There are.
We'll call you too if you want.
Wait, no, there's one. I have one brother, so there are 2 boys and then 4 sisters. Is that Muskrat Love?
Yeah, Bernie, look at you, Bernie.
Yeah, Shelly, I'm going to give everybody. Imagine I'm just going to blast my phone number on Discord and be like, folks,
not even phone number, just on Discord. Like, just call us on Discord and we'll be like, oh, this very important work call is going.
Can we schedule like who's on shift for interrupting with a phone call?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're on at 6:15. You're on at 6:30.
I think that, so 23BB2 said, I know what it's like to be at awkward family gatherings. To be honest, I think awkward is underselling this one. I think it's going to be a little bit more, I don't know, I'm nervous.
You know what? I don't want it to be like about me. I don't want it to be like a fight. I just want to go, eat my dinner, talk to no one, and then go. That's the perfect night for me on Friday.
I have to take this call. It's long distance. Charlie Boy said the forensics order crew can take that task. Kara said, if you all need a way out of anything, feel free to call, text me. And I don't mind posing as anything. LMAO. Oh my God.
Kara,
that is so
thank
sweet.
you.
Fun fact, Obi-Wan Kenobi's younger brother is Obi-2. You know,
oh my God.
I was all excited, and then that just happened.
Okay,
really?
I'm closing the giveaway. So wait, am I drawing the winner now, or are we doing the quiz and then draw the winner?
It's up to you. I'll let you decide on that.
Well, we can do let's do the quiz.
The problem is I just don't know how long the quiz will take. So I don't want it to be in this thing where it's like question 8 and it's like 14 minutes from now and everyone's like still waiting with bated
Okay,
breath.
then I will pick the winner now.
It may be
Who
5 minutes.
is
I don't know.
be
I've
part
never done
of
it
the
live.
Rebel Alliance, and whoever accepts this has to agree to not support
Abish,
Marjorie
you missed
Taylor
it by
Greene.
1 second. Okay, say that out loud again.
I
Sorry.
said whoever accepts this is agreeing as part of the Rebel Alliance to not support Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm just kidding. If you love her,
No, I will be very vocal and say if you love her, you do not belong here on this stream.
Okay, I'm drawing a winner. Oh my God. Are you serious? That is not rigged, folks.
What?
That is not rigged.
Oh, I am dead. OG Steve. Help us, OG Steve. You're our only hope. The literal rightful person won here.
Folks, I am
dead.
telling you, I click a button that seems rigged in the best way possible. Sam, thank you. But I'm very happy Steve won it because I know he will treasure it.
So he won the what? Resistance or Rebel patch?
I said it was the Rebel Alliance.
Rebel Alliance patch. I think that he will
Steve
really
said,
enjoy
I
that.
deserve it the most.
No, I mean, this is no like shade. I just think that OGC will probably
I
have,
know
like,
how
some,
much of a fan that he is.
like wear it on a hat or something. Very, very cool stuff. All right, now folks, let's get started with this quiz. I have no idea how this is going to work. I discovered that there's these things called extensions that exist that are going to be overlays on your screen. And
Sam.
it works on mobile, it works on desktop. There are a couple of things you're going to want to do beforehand. So if everyone on the chat right now looks at the chat screen, there should be a little next to there's like going to be a smiley face. Next to the smiley face, there's an icon that says Quiz Kit. If you click on that, so if everyone now clicks on that, very teacher-like, and if you click on the 3 dots next to Quiz Kit, then you can link identity. Doing the linking will show us who you are when you do the quiz. If you don't do that, it's just going to be an anonymous thing. Do you see what I'm doing, Chris? Are you following along?
Like this?
Yeah, and then click the 3 dots, basically like the menu thing, and then link identity. And then if it asks you to okay it. Yep. You're good?
Yep.
Okay. So folks on the web, you do that too. If you're on the web, if you are on, it says grant permission on mine. Yes, do that. Grant permission.
Look, can I show them?
Yeah.
I'm going to show them on my phone.
No, because it's different. It's different. Everyone's different.
Really?
Yeah, because they're saying grant permission on the mobile.
No, I'm going to
for
show them
Android.
what they have to click on like this.
Yeah, but yours never said grant permission. It just said link identity.
No, mine said grant permission.
Oh, okay. Show them.
Okay, look. This is what you have to do. Let me take out my, this is us in Inception, delayed. Click on this little button here, this black button, and then it says this, and then you go to the 3 dots here in the middle.
You did, but at the bottom.
And then at the bottom, it says link identity, and then that's it. But I already linked it, so mine says unlink identity.
Yeah, if your phone says confirm, yes, just do all of that. All this is doing is just allowing your Twitch service to link with this like third party. Let's go to this one. This third party app. This is nothing is, your data is not going anywhere. This is through Twitch. I got it. So what's going to happen is...
Are you starting it?
I will in a second. Hold on.
Wait, am I allowed to answer?
Yes, because I took it. You did not.
Okay.
There's 10 questions, 15 seconds per question. Mobile users, which means Android, iPhone, iPad, and like Android tablet, you're probably going to be like a couple of seconds delayed. So we're going to go through them one by one, and then we'll see what the results are afterwards. It's fine that you're delayed. It will all link itself up afterwards. I just won't speak. I will ask the question just to verbalize it to people who are not maybe participating. But anyone can participate in this. And if, I don't know if maybe we want to do like whoever wins gets like a Muskrat Nation patch or something. Or
yeah,
a sticker
whoever
or
wins
something.
will get a Muskrat Nation magnet.
Yeah. Oh, a magnet. Excuse me. Okay, so you better enter. Okay, so I think
but how do you do that what's the tiebreaker if multiple people get all of them right? Because I'm not sending out 1 million.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's also time-based. So whoever answers it quickest gets more points.
Okay, so whoever answers it quickest and gets it most
It's
right.
all done on its own. We're not going to pick anything.
Okay.
It's just going to give us a winner.
Okay.
If it so happens that there's multiple people in a tie, 5 people in a tie, my suggestion is just put those names in a randomizer and just pick one.
Okay.
So the questions are specific to episodes 1, 2, and 3. There are 10 questions, and we're going to get started.
Is it going to just show up on my quiz
It's going to be
kit thing?
points paced. Yeah, it should work for everyone.
Oh, I'm not going to tell anybody my answers.
It's sending the rules to all the players. It says ask viewers to manage access by clicking the quiz kit icon, which I think we did.
Oh, yeah. It's telling me the rules.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool.
This is very cool, and I'm so excited that this might work. So I'm going to start the game now. I'm going to read the questions. So, who is the leader of the Gungans on Naboo? Jar Jar Binks, Queen Jamilia, Boss Nass, or Oto Gunga? Let's see how we do.
You got 100 on this?
Christopher, do not look at my screen because
I'm
the
not
answers
looking.
are visible on my screen.
I'm not looking.
Okay, so I'm going to reveal the answer, and I think it sends it to people. This is very cool. There's about 20 people playing, and I'm so excited.
The people Oto Gunga was going to be my second choice. I knew it was Boss, and that's...
Oh, Chris, look at it. It's very cool.
Oh, yeah, this is really cool.
We didn't do the overlay, so it's not going to be recorded on the final product.
I didn't... Yeah, that's fine.
It's not working for me, said OG Steve. Click on... Wait, we're on question 2. I'll help you in a sec. Who owned Anakin Skywalker as a slave until he was freed by Qui-Gon?
Oh, I know.
Watto, Greedo, Jabba the Hutt, or Sebulba? OG Steve, I don't know why it's not working for you. Oh, there's a quiz kit icon. Yeah, on the chat. I don't know what device you're on, but if you're like on your iPhone, there's a quiz kit icon. Look for it and click it.
Like in the chat section. Oh, I think I got this one.
Okay, let's see what the answer is. The answer of who owned Anakin Skywalker is Watto. Oh, I said it out loud. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Because I think we're all a little delayed.
Yeah, but they're delayed, and this is getting
Folks,
sent
by
out
the way,
faster.
this is a bit experimental, so like I want to get all of your feedback afterwards and tell me what worked, what didn't work.
Greedo is another good answer, I think. And I feel like these are...
Greedo is not a good answer, excuse me.
No, I'm
this is
saying
episodes
it's-
1 through 3. We are
know,
talking about
but
4, 5, 6.
I'm saying that
is
it
Greedo.
sounds like Watto.
Okay. I just want to be mean.
I'm going to win my own magnet.
For what reasons does Yoda not want to train Anakin? He's too tall and whines too much. Yoda thinks he will fall to the dark side. He's too old and Yoda senses fear in him. Or he's too old and too rebellious. Do not laugh, excuse me, Christopher.
I mean-
that might be someone's answer.
No, I'm just saying, which do we think? Like, if I were to answer this, it's different probably than what Yoda thinks. And I'm saying I relate to...
Sam said, I'm right on time using my phone to play, but listening on stream. That's awesome. Okay, we got an answer. We are moving on to question 4. I'm so excited that this works.
He's too tall
This
and
is
whines too
super
much
cool.
is my favorite. That's the right answer.
Someone picked that one. It
I
shows
know,
you
that's
that.
the right one.
Yeah, Chris, we definitely have to put that up on our VOD, like our recording next time. Okay.
So wait, do they see this?
They see this. They see this whole interface, but they don't see...
Because I don't see it
that.
on mine here.
Who were Obi-Wan and Anakin assigned to guard at the beginning of the Attack of the Clones? Chancellor Palpatine, Senator Amidala, Queen Amidala, or Yoda? The dark background comes down as time goes. I wonder if you can select once the dark passes.
I think so, yeah.
I
that's
think you're
the
right,
amount of
Lil
time.
Red. Kara said I object to that one.
This is a little bit of a trick question.
I also picked, not knowing how this was going to work, I picked a lesser amount of time because I didn't know if we were going to be here for 45 hours, but maybe I should do 20 seconds next time instead of 15.
I almost picked Queen Amidala because I just was like quickly going for it, but
Don't reveal your answers. It's a bit delayed for people, so people might still be picking. Who provided the DNA sample for Republic's clones? Jango Fett, it was taken from Anakin unwittingly, Chancellor Palpatine, or Bail Organa? Yeah, Kara, I'm realizing that there definitely needs to be a bit more time, for sure. I might end up even doing 25 seconds next time. The default was 20. I picked 25. I picked 15.
Peach
Sorry.
Blue said that she's playing on 2 devices and still sucking.
All All right, moving on. This is very cool.
Yeah,
I'm
good
so
job,
excited
Elias. This is all
working.
you.
All right, sending to players, and I think it's showing up there.
Oh, folks, I'm going to win.
By the way, I gave the answer to that one earlier in the stream. I'm a good teacher. Next one. What is the Sith name of Count Dooku? Darth Sidious, Darth Tyrannus, Darth Vengeance, or Darth Plagueis? I also gave
Teacher mode. Teacher alert. Teacher alert. Nerd alert. Nerd alert.
All right, let's go. You know, Chris, out of all that, I'm going to wait for it to reveal. Okay. I don't know who Darth Vengeance is, if that's in fact a real person.
I don't know that name either.
Yeah. Ooh. Really, folks? Oh, wait.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
yeah,
Most
but
got
really,
Sidious.
yeah, no.
But we didn't. Oh wait. You.
What was Obi-Wan and Anakin's primary mission at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, which is episode 3? Disable the Separatist flagship, rescue Chancellor Palpatine, sneak R2 on board the flagship to get the Separatist plans, or kill General Grievous? Oh, thank you, Beach, please. That's so sweet. Beach, please said, I would love to have had you as a teacher. To me.
Oh my God! I was reading all
Chris
of
is
these.
like, I don't even care one bit. One bit. Did you pick? Oh, you got it wrong.
Did I?
Oh, I don't know. Did you?
No, just send me the answers. I'm just.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see how it's happening. This is very cool technology. Did you get it?
Oh my God! Revenge of the Sith. I was thinking.
What did you
The first
put?
one.
Don't tell me. I'm embarrassed for you, Chris.
Okay, well now y'all are in the running.
How many
Crap.
lightsabers
Ah,
was
crap.
General Grievous able to wield in combat at a time? 4, 7, 6, or 8? How many lightsabers was General Grievous able to wield at a time?
Kara's negative. Beach Please is negative 10,000. Oh my God! I knew that one, and I just didn't read the title.
Anybody who's participating, thank you. Whether you watched, whether you're sucking, whether it's broken, whether you broke the internet because of how bad you are, thank you. Because I really think that
Kara's negative score is still tallying.
the answer... Oh, I'm not going to say the answer. So when I'm sending it to players... Oh, I see.
I
what's
see it
happening.
on my end.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the answer. Okay, I get it. This is cool. What was the exact order Chancellor Palpatine gave to the clone troopers before they turned on the Jedi? Execute Order 66, Order 69, Initiative Directive for Oblivion, or kill the Jedi?
Oh my God.
When was
Also-
this is fun. I agree. This is totally fun.
Answer E is order Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, that's always the case. Chancellor Palpatine calling us and like, so order Taco Bell.
Is my door.
I'm curious.
How many questions are there? 15 or 10?
10. Yeah, I think that may have been the last one.
No, I have one more.
Oh, maybe one more.
Oh my God, I'm so mad I missed that one question. Are you going to divorce me now?
No. At the end of Revenge of the Sith, what happened to C-3PO and R2-D2? They were both memory wiped. C-3PO was only memory wiped. Bail Organa took them back to Alderaan. They escaped Coruscant. Okay, wait. So, folks, I am realizing I effed this one. And I picked the wrong one as the correct answer. So, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do.
Wait, how did you pick the wrong one?
I picked this one because the way the app works, it's broken. It's you have to put the top one as the right one and everything else is the wrong one. And I was just copying and pasting from the app the other app that I was using.
I want to speak to the superintendent.
So let's see. Let's see what you all picked. The answer was correct that C-3PO was the only one memory wiped. But the folks who put Bail Organa took them back to Alderaan got the points for that.
Well, can you reassign the points? Okay, well.
So the final results are that Wendy won.
Congratulations.
Oh, look, it even shows this. This is cool.
So cool. Wait. Congratulations, Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy. So, Wendy, no matter what, you won, because even that one question would not have made a difference.
Yeah, because it was only possible 15,000. So Wendy totally
Wendy,
won.
you officially won. And that last question was, in fact, wrong on my part. And thank God you won and this worked out this way, because I wouldn't have a clue what to do. But Wendy, you won. C. Markson came in second. Good job, Chris.
Thanks.
High five. Marimar came in third. Paul McGreen came in fourth. And Charlie Boy came in fifth.
Charlie Boy's a great student. I mean, look, she was uncertain and coming in fifth.
Yeah, there were nearly 30 people playing that, which I think is phenomenal. And
Can we
so excited.
embarrass Kara and see how negative her score was? Kara, I'm putting you on the spot, but you know I love you.
I'm confused. Question score?
Oh, maybe Kara might not have linked.
Yeah. I will say that the top 15 were in the positive, and then the remainder up until 30 were in the negative.
Can you go? Can you go up on this? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is question score?
I can't tell. It's like,
Oh, maybe it's just out. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. End game. All right, that's it. It's over. That is so
That
cool.
was a ton of fun.
And I'm so
Congratulations,
here for it.
Wendy. I'll send you a Muskrat Nation magnet.
Oh, my computer just broke. Wow, what a perfect time for that to have, or not broke, died. So what this means is on Friday, we'll have a little bit more knowledge on how to do this. Folks, please now, like if you can in the next minute, just let me know if you experienced anything weird. So OG Steve, I know you said it didn't work, and I'm
we're
confused
kind of
why.
weird, so we're weird.
Jen, I'm on it. Yes. I like that there are multiple answers so you can play and guess even if it's not your knowledge. I'm shocked that I got fifth, said Charlie Boy. Some of what were definitely guesses. Others I know were mentioned. That was fun. Have a great night, everyone. May the 4th be with you. If there was any immediate issue, let me know. But I wonder what happened with
one
Steve.
issue. Question 10. That was an issue.
I know. That was my fault. But you know why? It was...
Just blame it on the Scantron.
No, it was...
The Scantron smudge or something.
So I've mentioned my study hall before, folks. And it just was a lot. There was a lot going on. That was it. I was trying... like, during the study hall, as a teacher, I just literally sit there and, like...
Make sure people don't, like, get hurt.
Yeah. So, like, I have my computer out, so I'm working on this stuff when I have time. And so that's what I was doing. OG Steve said I missed, like, the first question. Yeah. Okay. So maybe next time I will add a bit more time for your ability to answer the
It was
questions.
pretty quick. So we need to do the overlay and you need to get the answers right.
What I mean by the overlay is when I do these when I get to this in the highlight reels, I will not visibly see those overlays that you all saw. They'll only appear on like this live video. They're not going to appear in the recorded video unless I do something which I didn't do. So
I hear you, Lena. It was too fast. We're gonna fix it for next time.
Yeah, for sure. See his daughter, for sure we'll do that. Can we do trivia nights as a regular thing? Perhaps we'll figure it out. The problem is, I will say, it actually is very long to make that 10-minute thing. Like it took a lot of time.
But it's fun,
So,
Elias. It takes a long time to make patches too, but I like it.
No, I know. I'm just being realistic. Like amidst all the million other things that we're doing, I just want to make sure we're not.
Well, we'll figure it out.
What's the word? We're not
overdoing it.
No, we're not like advertising more than we are providing. I don't know, something like that.
False advertising.
There you go. False advertising. Okay, folks. So we're going to go and hopefully not have to clean up poop from stress. Who knows? And we'll see
once
you.
a month.
Once a month is very doable. Even possibly once a week. We never know. Over-promising and under-delivering. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlie Boy.
Oh, Charlie Boy is
Do a drag race.
getting a gold
drag
star
race quiz,
tonight.
Katie. Katie, if that
Charlie
was the
Boy
case-
is teacher's pet tonight.
Yes. Charlie Boy, I'm sorry, Katie, if we did a drag race quiz, I think me and you would be tied for first and Chris with a very close second. Sorry, Chris.
That's okay. At least I get the answers right when they're right.
So whoever came in last in the quiz should be forced to watch the Star Wars holiday special.
Is that a thing?
Biting off more than you can chew. That's another one. Thank you, folks. Imposter Jen, thank you. Anyway, thank you, folks, for an awesome evening. This is the great start to the week. We didn't
A really
play, but
great start to the Star Wars week.
Totally.
And we didn't even have wine, and it was still so much fun.
totally loved it. And by Friday, Chris will have wine. We will have come back from a party that we don't want to go to, so it's going to be stories on stories. And if what's a word? If a hype train happens on Friday into Saturday, whichever one of the days, if something happens, Chris not apparently, I was there.
I have
banked
2 shots banked.
2 shots.
2.
So I have a question. If we get to the hype train on Friday or Saturday, are you getting 3 shots back to back?
Yes, I've been my liver has been resting.
Right, Charlie Boy, you mentioned that earlier about Leia buns on Friday. I'm going to try to work on it. I can't promise anything because of the nature of how insane it all will go, but maybe we'll work on it. If not Friday, Saturday, but again, we'll work on it.
The Star Wars holiday special, the alien drinks booze through the top of its head. Oh, we need to watch that. I want to see
Oh,
it.
Lil Red, most fun I've had in months. Thanks, family, too. Love you. Oh, love you so much. So much. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Lil Red. We love it when you tune in. It makes me so happy.
B. Arthur's in the Star Wars holiday special.
Stop it. Oh,
Okay.
that's a crossover I want.
All right, well, folks, we're going to go. And thanks for tuning into another episode of Airstreamers. We'll see you on Discord and also on Friday. And that's it. Have a good night, everyone. See ya.
Bye, everyone.